I'm gonna tell you fascists, you may be surprised. The people in this country are getting organized. You're bound to lose, you fascists, bound to lose. I'm gonna tell you workers, when you cash your checks, they say America first, but they mean America's next. You're bound to lose, you fascists, bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. People of every color marching side by side, marching across these fields where 1 million fascists died. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. I'm going into battle, gonna take my Union gun, and I ain't gonna lay it down till every battle's won. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. This hatred cannot break us, but I'm learning quick. Our children won't be sold on your poison rhetoric. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. Here comes a big machine surrounding all your hate, forcing it to surrender. Now it's getting late. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose.
Come on and take a walk with me through this green and growing land. Walk through the meadows and the mountains and the sand. Walk through the valleys and the rivers and the plains. Walk through the sun and walk through the rain. Here is a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. Oh, her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom. Glory shall rest on us all. From Colorado, Kansas, and the Carolinas to Virginia and Alaska, from the old to the new, Texas and Ohio and the California shore. Tell me who could ask for more? Here is a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. Oh, her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom. Glory shall rest on us all. Yet she's only as rich as the poorest of the poor, only as free as a padlocked prison door, only as strong as our love for this land, only as tall as we stand. For here is a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. Oh, her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom. Glory shall rest on us all. Come on and take a walk with me through this green and growing land. Walk through the meadows and the mountains and the sand. Walk through the valleys and the rivers and the plains. Walk through the sun and walk through the rain. Here's a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. For her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom. Glory shall rest on us all, on us all.
Well, I'm going to start off with a song about a woman who is a heroine of mine. Her name at birth was Mary Harris, and she was born in Cork City, right there in Shandon, right in the centre of Cork. And she didn't stay too long because her parents emigrated to America. And she, in later life, became a union agitator, I think, more than an organiser. And her name became Mother Jones. And she organised agitated on behalf of the coal miners, largely, of West Virginia and Colorado. And she was a great woman. She didn't live in Cork very long, but she certainly had a tongue which could only have been raised in Cork. It's called The Spirit of Mother Jones. Mother Jones is dead and gone, she could no longer stay. No one knew how old she was, but she was often heard to say how she was born in 1830 in the Swede County Cork. But she crossed the foaming billows till she landed in New York. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. She's the most dangerous woman in America, they said. Her marching up the street with her umbrella in her hand. I can hear her still at Ludlow, where the miners made a stand. And she says, John T., will you kindly tell to me, how could you let your troopers lay them 13 children down in the horrors of West Virginia and in Colorado too? Mother Jones and her miners they never could subdue, and the men they stood and ran in their tents and tented by. And the women stood like a wall of steel, and nothing could batter down. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. She's the most dangerous woman in America, they said. Now for the horrors of child labour, says she. And the march of the mill children took place in 1903 from Philadelphia to New York. And she says, I'm going to show Wall Street the flesh and blood they squeezed to make their dough. When she died in 1930, oh, the sadness was profound. And they laid her to rest in a Union burial ground. And she lies in Mount Olive, where the midnight wind it moans. Stand up for the Union, cries the spirit of Mother Jones. And the rich man and his police and his pulpit and his press got away with murder then, they'd get away with it yet. But we'll forge a mighty union and we won't be overthrown, and we never will forget the spirit of Mother Jones.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Orvillaby. Hello, Liz Galahad. Hello, Salty Turtle Cupcake. Hello. How we doing, Elson79? Hello, Cute Dark Arts. Hello, John Bainbridge. Hello, Gem. Hello, One-Eyed Heathen. Hello, Farida. Hello, Damned Sputnik. Hello, Blue Phoenix. Hello, Carver E. Bain. Hello, Spancom Cat. Hello, Nocturnal899. Hello, Punk Monk. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Failsafe. Hello, Walking Neon Carpet. Hello, Nyan Rat. Hello, Carbonara. Hello, Plant923. Hello, Alex Markel. Hello, Quinn Decker. Hello, Faraxiel. Hello, Irascended Kitten. Hello, The Profane Priestess. Hello, Kit Kat. Hello, Bisbee. Hello, CMH006. Hello, Lemony fucking Snicket. Hello, Ashley J. Curtis. Hello, Comrade Girl 2018. Hello, Punky Gal 90. Hello, Nine-Tailed Witch. Hello, Snuggle Kitten. Hello, Admin. Hello, Amber Brains. Hello, Liliana Young. Hello, Bastion. Hello, Fox of Fate. Hello, Disaster Suplex. Hello, Gamer G. Hello, Jess. Hello. How we all doing, folks? Also, Liliana Young, ping me again. I think you sent me an email. Ping me again because I'm notoriously difficult to wrangle, and I will do my best to get back to you in a timelier fashion than I have. Hello, how we doing, Zolta? Hello, Denovian. Am I actually in time for stream to start? Yes, because I'm very late. I'm very late. Hello. Also, that reminds me, I need to tell my partner that something very important happened earlier that I totally neglected to tell her. Sake Tanuki!
Chad should learn how to make cacio e pepe and carbonara from scratch.
It's true!
Not crazy hard and fast.
It's true! Also, learn how to make your own noodles. It's very satisfying. Also, Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Already inching us closer. Already. Thank you for being the first person to support stream today. And let me text my partner. There we go. Nailed it. Hello, Banana Brains! Hello, YouTuber Grudge! Hello, how we doing? Is stream gonna be 1 hour at least? Yeah. Stream is gonna be much longer than 1 hour. Hello, how we doing? Whew. I was away. Did I get a hello? You do now! Hello, Andrew S! How we doing, Samantha's Trains? Alright.
Text your partner. She needs to be in the van for the heist ASAP.
It's true. If she's not, the whole thing falls apart. We got the small army of Mini Coops ready. We got the single extendable ladder. It's time to do Louvre Heist 2 Electric Boogaloo. The Parisian game. Let's go. You ate a burger? You're only doing okay and you ate a burger? How often is stream less than an hour? Literally never. Alright. Jack's 11, indeed. That's just Ocean 7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. YouTube is rising up in revolt. YouTube is rioting. We're gonna have to send in the National Guard. They're talking about anti-banana discrimination. We can't have any silliness. Alright. Our kitty is 18 years old, and today she hadn't come up for water and food, and unfortunately she went downstairs to the den, unable to get up and down the stairs safely. Kept calling her name and got nothing. My son came over and checked on her. Thankfully, she's still among us. Oh, I'm so glad, Jess. Hello, Tiny Dynamine. You had to share a room with Gregory Bovino today? Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. Did he leave a noxious scent behind him as if he'd been farting the entire time? My headcanon is that he farts just every step, comedically. Who? Bovino's the guy who's in charge of ICE in Chicago. He's he's just a gleeful little fascist goon. Hey, Paladin, how you doing? Exactly, John Bainbridge. You understand the vision. How we doing, Fighting Hobbit? Just waiting for the new season of Has Been to drop? Hell yeah. Profane Priestess is upset about the missing the 1.5 degree warming mark. I'm not doing great. Yeah, also, if you're not against AI, like that should be the thing that does it. Like the entire one of the huge reasons that so many countries are going to miss their targets for global warming is because of these fucking stupid AI data centers. No, no, no. You see, we have to keep open all of the coal plants. How else are we gonna fuel the lying machine that causes people to fall into like madness and ruin? Is it a question if they're illiterate? Hey now, they'd be really offended if they could read the title of this stream. Are you planning on covering the Halo Ice drama, or is it not important enough to be a segment? I wouldn't say it's not important enough to be a segment. I just don't have a whole lot to say about it. Like, what is there to say? Like, I like my take on it is this administration is using the intellectual property of like other like prop they're basically using other companies' intellectual property in order to recruit for ICE, and it's disgusting and gross. But also, these companies are all kowtowing cowards, and aren't going to say shit about it. It's like the companies they're stealing from are already giving them hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Like Microsoft is helping to fund Donald Trump's ball gag, and like they certainly don't give a shit if like the Trump administration uses the Master Chief to recruit children to be branchers, you know. It's all methane gas turbines. Yeah, it's like literally the stupidest fucking shit to make these AI data centers function. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, the value of Xbox Game Pass is going down all the time. Let me just throw this out there in case some of you missed it. Folks, it looks like well, that's the back end. That's my desktop. Boom, there we go. Nailed it. Looks like Indivisible's going ahead and plunging towards canceling Spotify. So folks, if you can, consider canceling your Spotify subscription. I have canceled mine just as an FYI. And you know what? Don't let we must make an example of one of these companies. And Spotify is a particularly vulnerable target given that it relies predominantly upon its subscribers. And yeah, they're taking ad money from ICE, and we need to say, cut that shit out. And if you've never had it, good job. Spread the word. Also, when you unsubscribe, when you cancel your subscription, reference that you're doing it because of the ICE ads. They are 90% funded by their subs. Unsubscribe, folks. Unsubscribe. Zula Goetia, hello. Setting up Subsonic tomorrow when my new HDDs from Music Storage arrive. Hell yeah, Aesthetic Robo. Love that for you. So, anyway, just an update on that. And if you guys want to share around this post or its linked, contents about, hey, cancel Spotify, feel free. Please do. I encourage you. Now, folks, also, we should point out we are currently on a precipice. There is a lot economically going down in the next week or so. So, fasten your seatbelts, everyone. We're in for a bumpy ride because, the shutdown is threatening paychecks, essentially. We currently only have 55% of Americans who say they have enough to last 3 months on just emergency savings. And yeah, it's going to be bad because this week is going to be people are going to be missing their first paychecks. And we are also hearing, of course, that around 41 million people are going to be cut off of SNAP starting on November 1st. And I gotta be honest, guys, this is gonna be some harrowing economic times, to say the least. Like, I wouldn't say, like, we're gonna be buoyed up for a time on, like, this AI bubble, but, like, when that AI bubble bursts, we're already not doing great. So now is the time, folks. Go familiarize yourself with your local food shelf. Go why can't I speak today? Familiarize yourself with your local, uh, any local group that distributes food. This is when we need to batten down the hatches and actually look around to see what we can do in our communities, because we're about to be here in the storm hit pretty soon. Will they use the protest from this to try and crush us? I mean, I kind of presume their plan the entire time has been to try and instigate riots in order to justify a more authoritarian crackdown. The longer we can deny them that, the better it will be for us. Because the more time that passes as folks peacefully assemble and protest, the more public support we can build up. Did you see the USDA website blames trans people and immigrants? Because of course it does. I mean, like, they're putting all kinds of messages everywhere to try and blame Democrats for this shutdown. But part of the reason they're doing that is because they're so desperate to try and distract from the fact that this is the administration's failing. They control all three branches of government. This is the Republicans getting too greedy, their eyes being bigger than their stomachs, and they think that by deliberately starving the American people, they can force us to give them their billionaire friends tax breaks. That is what is happening here. They are committing themselves to attempting to starve us out. It is a siege on America. And again, I would encourage folks, hold true to each other, support your local communities, and please encourage nonviolence as we go towards what is sure to be some sporadic uh, protests, possibly mass protests. We'll see how long Republicans feel they can keep this up. Um, yeah, I mean, this is the time for direct action in your community. So, yeah, just a little update. We are staring down the barrel of a really, really bumpy next couple of weeks, and I gotta be honest, it does not look like Republicans are going to break anytime soon. That is why it is so important. Please keep calling your senators. Please keep calling your senators. And I would say start calling your representatives, especially if you have Republican representatives in the House. Okay? That we should be doing that because we need to be building political pressure on these folks. And it can't be that every single day um, they just don't feel it. It needs to be felt. So get to work, folks. If you don't know where to start, you can get involved with your local Dems. You can get involved with your local DSA. Both will have inroads with ways you can help your local community. And get involved that way. If you need help joining your local DSA, you can join our Discord. Reach out to Gamergy. If you want to join your local Dems, join the Discord. Reach out to Dragonfly.
Did you see the Senate voted 52 to 48 to stop Trump's tariffs on Brazil?
I did not see that, actually. Huh. Senate on Tuesday voted to terminate the 50% tariff that Donald Trump has imposed on Brazil. Oh, but it does get kicked down to the House, of course. And the House is really where we're getting so much of the rubber stamp on tariffs. So we'll see. It would also rely on the House being in session long enough to do that. Mike Johnson doesn't want to do that. What does that mean, though? It means that the Senate voted to overturn the tariff, but it also needs to be voted on in the House. And I believe after that, it would then need to... I'm unsure if it needs to go to the president in this case. If it was a bill, it would need to go to the president. I think this is a resolution. So I think both houses of Congress, both the House and the Senate, need to vote on it in order for it to be binding. Ah, God. Yeah, it's dead on arrival in the House? Absolutely. Ay, ay, ay. Just know that, like, what's happening right now is that Mike Johnson in the House is in the bag, working every day to protect a bunch of powerful, rich pedophiles by not calling the House back into session, right? He is blocking the release of the Epstein files by just not calling the House back. And not only that, but in the Senate, Republicans are all holding firm, saying that they are going to try and cut your Medicaid, the medical assistance to tens of millions of folks in this country who rely on it to live. And on top of that, like, the federal branch of the government, which is, I would like to note, under the control of one President Donald Trump, is refusing to release $8 billion in rainy day funds through like to make sure that people can continue to get their SNAP benefits. This is a deliberate choice by the federal government, by Donald Trump's administration, to starve working people in America. Like, the messaging on this should be that Republicans are running a massive effort to cover up for pedophiles, to steal your health insurance, and to literally take food out of the mouths of children. Those are the talking points here.
Gotta make sure my favorite streamer is financially sound in these trying times. Also, join your local Dems and make them do a food drive.
Literally do that. That, like, you can make that happen. If you guys are in the room with your local Dems, most of them are just tired. But they also want to help the community, even if they're like liberals. Even if they're neoliberals, they want to help the community. The messaging needs to be here that it is time for the American people to step up where the government has failed. And not only that, but that the Republicans who currently control all three branches of government are doing so to protect pedophiles, to steal your health care, and to steal the food out of the mouths of starving people. And, I guess we can tack another one on there. Disappear your friends and neighbors at the barrel of guns from masked thugs endorsed by the government. Hey, add another one on there so that they can just bomb people in the middle of the Caribbean for literally no reason. We killed 14 people today in the Caribbean, and the Trump administration is just saying, trust us, bro, they were all criminals. Like, I cannot believe the amount of gullibility I am seeing in the American electorate these days. Where they're just like, oh yeah, no, the government said so. They must all be criminals. When most of these stories coming out of these is that they are just fishermen trying to go out and fish. And even if they were criminals, the United States doesn't have the jurisdiction to just go and kill people in other countries for no reason, or for reasons that don't even rise to the level of a capital offense. This is disgusting. And this administration is just carrying water for pedophiles and to flatter the aims of the rich and powerful. That is it. And it is so abundantly obvious that, like, you literally have to just be illiterate. You have to be, like, completely uneducated about any of the topics going on to not understand what is happening right now. God. When we get like Trump supporters in this stream, they'll come in here and they'll say, no, we have evidence that these guys were running drugs. And then you ask, like, what is the evidence? And they're like, oh, you want me to provide evidence for my claim? It's because they're all full of shit. They're all full of Nazi shit that the Trump administration is putting out on its social media platforms constantly. The main conservative meme when it comes to, like, oh yeah, these guys are all drug runners, comes from like a report from 2011. It's not current, and it's not pictures of the actual boats that have been blown up by the Trump administration. Like, it is infuriating every single day. They are now making the service members involved on the attacks in the Caribbean sign NDAs. Too bad for them, NDAs are void in furtherance of a crime. I mean, it's all just intimidation tactics. All of it. All of it is an effort to make us feel like we need to make ourselves small, that we need to make ourselves quiet, that we need to just batten, just lock things down. Don't put your head out of the sand. It is all in service of trying to bully us into silence and complicity. And I don't know about you guys, I'm just going to get louder. I'm going to get more irritating. I'm going to get like so much more irritating than I could have ever believed possible for myself. And I'm going to do it in the service of bullying these conservative ghouls in the Trump administration, because make no mistake about it, You know what really hurts Stephen Miller? It's not when you call him evil. He is evil, but like that doesn't hurt his feelings. He doesn't give a shit that people think he's evil. He actually kind of gets off on it. But what actually gets through to these people is when you point out they're weak, and when you point out they're cowardly, and when you point out they're getting bullied by a bunch of people in inflatable frog costumes. And you want to know what? Inflatable frog costumes can be worn by literally anyone in this country. Okay? Like, point out that like these little fascist nerds are the kinds of people who would get swirlies and deserve it. All right? These are the people who like, like I'm just telling it here. These people suck. And like they kind of deserve to be ostracized and bullied from society. It's one of the ways we show that their ideas are not at all acceptable. You know? But Stephen Miller said we all woke up the dragon. Dragons are scary. Yeah, if you're not in a D&D group where you have a bard, I guess. But Stephen Miller wouldn't know that because he's never been able to get enough friends together to play D&D. Because he's a horrifying simulacrum of a man. Um, God, Stephen Miller's face looks like it was sculpted out of clay by a small child and then just like never finished. And, the teacher just like picked it up and said, well, they tried and then put it in the kiln. Like that's Stephen Miller's face is really just a small child's best attempt to simulate a human being. And like, you know, he in an effort to kind of compensate for the fact that he was cursed and spited by God, he decided to just become Hitler too. And like when you really got nothing left, of course you have to become Hitler too. Because dude, Hitler 1 couldn't even hash it out to old age. Like Stephen Miller, oh my god. Dude is gone. He hates being called short? Yeah, of course he does. Dude's the kind of guy who can try and dish it out, but he can't take it. He's not Hitler already? No, because to call him Hitler would be to imply that he had some like original concept of his own fascism. But let's be clear here, he's stealing it from a bunch of other like fascism nerds and is frankly just bad at it. He's just Farquaad. He's Farquaad, but somehow uglier and stupider, and more incompetent, and with less actual political power. And like he's Tamo Himmler. Look, you're giving him way too much credit, okay? Because some of the things you might buy on Temu actually work. And you can look at Stephen Miller. He's never worked a day in his life. His hands are soft, and it's why his wife left him. And like that's look, if you're gonna go after these people, like don't pull some punches, all right? Like it's okay. These people are degenerate fools who should be like ostracized from all of us. And I'm okay saying it. His wife left him? Yeah, the scuttlebutt is that his wife cheated on him with Elon Musk, which I haven't been able to verify that, but it's very fucking funny. He's a high school bully that never learned anything. But also, like, that implies that in high school he was capable of bullying anyone. Because in high school, he was just like that bigoted kid that got bullied. He was not bullied? He should have been. That's my hot take. My hot take is that, bigots should be bullied. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Fuck these ghouls. They want to literally kill millions of us if they can, and they're doing their best faith effort to immiserate and kill the most vulnerable people in our society, so that they can give their billionaire donors bigger tax cuts. And they don't deserve any of your respect. Not a single iota of it. Whoa, Paladin. I knew Stephen Miller at Duke through various circles. He was never a bully, but he wasn't well liked at the university outside the little Mike Munger Nazi meet cutes at Duke Poli Sci. Like, genuine question. In higher education, how do you, like, have a Nazi meet cute group without that getting bullied and, like, immediately having their list of members outed? Like, I don't know. Seems like something the folks at Duke should have infiltrated and undone. God, it's not too late to start bullying him. It's never too late to correct our past mistakes. I thought you said Meat Cube group. I mean, it's not inaccurate. Mike Munger is a super libertarian, and so is a lot of Duke Poli Sci at that time. Fuck, what was in the water at Duke Poli Sci? Jesus. If we make it out of this, do we really think there will be Nuremberg-style trials? Well, I don't know if we will get them, but I think we should be demanding them starting now. I think that we need to demand them and make it like perfectly clear that when this is done, the people who have wronged us need to be held to account. Like, that's what needs to be done, and the demand needs to, like, start being made and start growing now, so that we can actually make that happen later. Like, even my 75-year-old mother talks about there needing to be super Nuremberg trials for these ghouls. I don't know if we'll make it out of this. Look, but buck up. All right? We worked our way out of absolute monarchy's boot. All right? We worked our way out from absolute monarchy to being a democracy. We can work our way out of these incompetent fools who are trying to do the stupidest version of fascism imaginable. All right? Like, these clowns can't even get a late night comedian thrown off the air. Like, we're gonna win. Don't be giving up now. All right? These people are weak. This administration is a paper tiger. They're just trying to bully you into not taking action, into not engaging, and into not working against them. Because it is only with our complacency that they can succeed. And no, I am Lem. It's okay. It's okay to have concerns. I'm just here to tell you, like, we are gonna win. All right. And with that being said, I've yammered too much about this. Let's keep going. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for always trying to help, Max Jack. Always, Ollie. Always. Steve Bannon said Trump would run in 2028. Yeah, his second MRI said, you thought? Look.
The Baileys assured me the Neville Chamberlain option never fails.
The Neville Chamberlain option never fails. The Baileys would never steer me wrong. The people are aroused.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Let's go. Also, again, guys, you guys think he's making it 4 more years with his fucking face already drooping from mini strokes? You guys think he's gonna make it that long? Nah, dogs. Nah. Like he couldn't even keep it a secret that he got in an MRI machine. You think he's gonna be able to last? Like he wasn't supposed to tell anyone, folks, that he got a second MRI. He wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to talk about the fact that he was given a dementia test. He couldn't even keep it a fucking secret because he confused a fucking dementia test with an IQ test and thought he could brag about it. God, please tell me you were going to look at the video of Trump getting lost at the Japanese meet and greet. Oh God, I was going to look at that and I didn't prep it appropriately. Oh, please tell me someone put it in here.
He won't make it, but I wouldn't put it past them to weekend at Bernie's him in perpetuity with AI.
Oh, I mean, like, but it's gonna be so obvious. It's gonna be so obvious the second they do that. And I think they know. I think even these people know that if they try to create an AI simulacrum of the president and to rule with that AI rather than an actual person, I think they know they're like completely fucked. Like they're never going to see the light of day again. You know? Like I think that is actually a point at which their brains would kick in and be like, "Oh no, I believe we have gone too far." Also, here he is at the in Japan. Oh shit. Okay, the quality of this video is so low that I can't see what his mouth is doing, but I swear to God, it looks like his mouth is drooping. Right here. Look at that. Did he salute the Japanese flag? No! He got lost. He literally got lost.
It will be there. Oh God, we made an animatronic hippo whose boobs shake on the high notes at Chuck E. Cheese's, a restaurant for children, moment.
No. Oh, I forgot about that, Sake. What's wrong with him? He didn't sexually assault that flag. Dog, his brain is so fucking cooked. His brain is so fucking cooked. This shambling corpse is like half dead.
How easy it is to beat these freaks, roasted Riley Gaines without even trying. They are screwed without the orange man.
No, genuinely, none of these conservatives can take a single, like, ounce of pushback. None of them. None of them can do it. Like, they lose their shit the second you, quip at them. It's crazy. You guys have even seen it in, like, conservatives who come in here to, like, be bigoted to me. Like, I start talking to them, they drop slurs, and then I'm like, yeah, you're a stupid motherfucker. They just lose their shit. They cry so hard they can't handle it. And it applies to like the large scale conservatives just as much as to the low tier ones, you know? And I just, you know, it is crazy. But I want to point out, like, if this man is continuing to have these mini strokes, oh shit. Like, can we take a look here? Yeah, I mean, like, there's really no, there really is no there's no other explanation. Like, dude is slurring speeches. Dude is having droopy face. Dude is just like shambling along. Dude's bragging about doing well on a dementia test. Dude's getting unexpected MRIs. It's genuinely like this man is like, in my opinion, and I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long medical silence can have him shamble along, but like, he's on his way out, you know? Bro is an IRL walker. It's true. Blood is pooling in his extremities. But even more importantly, Hero, like, if he's having mini strokes, that's indicative of the fact that there is a larger mass in his brain. Like, if you're having mini strokes, usually that indicates that you are gearing up for the big one that's gonna kill you. Like, that's generally how that works. And unless you take like some kind of, you know, action to prevent that, whether it is lifestyle change, whether it is medication, or whether it is surgery, and usually it needs to be surgery, then you are seeing like an increasing uh likelihood for that big one to occur. Yeah, the MRI says that like it's bad enough that they needed to get it checked out, right? And checked out outside of his official like yearly checkup routine. Okay? And yeah, like, he's the president. If they haven't fixed it by now, it means they're not going to because they can't, and it would explain an awful lot of it would explain an awful lot about what's going on with him. All right? Give him some ivermectin, it won a Nobel. Ah, they'll pump him full of medication as long as they need to for him to get across the finish line. The issue is strokes don't work that way. Like, once you already have that mass in your brain, like, you can be pumped full of all the medication and super drugs you want, but like, it's not going to unmake that mass. And the issue is, we're really just talking about whether or not the mass that has already built up gets pushed loose and creates a blockage, right? So, all I'm saying, this guy's not doing so hot. It's not just the heart, it's blocked carotid arteries. Yeah, and I look, given that like what we're looking at is probably not in the heart, it's probably in the brain. Usually when you have a stroke, it's because of a blockage in the brain. And so like we're talking like the reason his face was drooping was because there was actual brain damage that happened. And when the big one hits, they aren't going to make him seem like he's okay. Um, Yeah, well, yes, Lyme's Fluviotaku. This is all based on the analysis that doctors don't generally prescribe extra MRI exams, or and patients don't usually get so bored they take a dementia test thinking it's an IQ test. They might make it seem like it's some sort of assassination. I genuinely, I don't think they're going to be able to spin it. I think these people all understand that they're working under a tight timeline, and so they're trying to speed run their fascism, and it's just not going to work for them. It was a BOGO MRI. Yeah. I do just love that he just stops there in front of the band and just doesn't move for whatever reason. God. First time in chat after watching vids for a bit, and man, he really did sit there and brag about how hard the Montreal cognitive assessment is. Like, erg. I also saw some people talk about how giving him the White House project is kind of similar to giving a dementia patient busy work to keep them safe/busy. It's not fun to watch. It's really not fun to watch, except, watching it, there is a part of me that's like, I am interested to see when this happens, you know? Also, there is a non-0% chance that they designed the East Wing with AI, considering the digital models the White House put up have like stairs going to nowhere. And I, for one, am really here for, Donald Trump's final crowning achievement being like the East Wing ballroom, and it just collapsing immediately upon being finished because it was designed by AI. Like I'm here for that. I'm here for this president's crowning achievement being a ballroom that immediately collapses. Really fitting for his legacy. You mean the Epstein ballroom? Yes, of course. Sorry, the Epstein ballroom. All right, folks. It's been a hot minute since we talked about some interesting things. And I was sent this by one Paladin Lost. And you know what? It's Halloween time. Tis the season, and you know what? I'm here for it. Let's fuck it. We'll do it live. So this is just an homage to Ghostbusters, and it features one Valentina Gomez. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with this cretin, she is unfortunately someone who has repeatedly attempted to gain political prominence, and well, let's just see what she's using it for these days. Okay, so we are 20 seconds in, and we've got literally just the world's creepiest looking elderly man I don't even know how to describe that face. Yeah, this is the Sham Wow guy. Yeah. Um, fantasizing about checking like trans women's genitals.
Busters! I ain't afraid of no woke. I ain't afraid of no woke. Whoa, busters!
Okay, can someone explain to me what just got shot in that woman's face? What was that supposed to be? Like what was that supposed to be his excretions? I think it was shit. Are these just like Altoids? Like what is it, Diet Coke and Altoids? Is that just, or Mentos rather? Yeah. Oh, okay. Why? All right. Is this him dressed as a woman? Like who's, also why does it come out looking like a dong?
I ain't afraid of no woke. Whoa, busters!
Wait, is the person dressing up as like a woman, is that him? Is that this guy? Is that the Sham Wow guy? That smile is creepy. Yeah, dude's got like literally the worst vibes imaginable. Okay, it is him dressed up both as the Ghostbuster and the trans person. Okay. Cool.
Whoa, busters! When the melanin in your skin is way too thin, who can you call? Whoa, busters!
Wait, they think, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They think like the meat, like the, okay, the conservatives think that the meme that Family Guy did of like different skin tones
Watch this. You're gonna love my nuts.
is not an indictment of their position. Oh my god. I just, you know, these again, not beating the illiterate allegations, okay? Not beating the illiterate allegations whatsoever. These people do not understand the movies they watch, the books they pretend to read. They don't understand any of it. They don't even understand the video games they play. POV, your bigoted uncle stuck in the 80s makes an advertisement. Yeah, for cable access, yeah. We're less than a minute into this.
When this French is on, need an overhaul. How? Who you gonna call? Whoa, busters! I ain't afraid of no woke. I ain't afraid of no woke. Who you gonna call? Whoa, busters! You wanna be true, but she's claiming me too. Who you gonna call? Whoa, busters! And they canceling you, cause you're anti-Jew.
What? Wait, what? Holy shit! Holy, okay, you know,
AC
like,
to a C Tamito friend. Tylenol.
okay, so we're just going full on Nazi vibes. We're just We're just going full on neo-Nazi sham wow guy. All right. We're gonna back that up because I genuinely can't believe this is real.
And they can't tell you, but you're anti-Jew. Who are you gonna call? Whoa, busters!
Also, the melanin scale was just normal paint swatches. They used maroon and hid all of the greens and blues, but they did a shitty job and you can still see them.
Yes. But also, why did they take his clothes? What? Like, what is even, like, the imagery that they are using? Why'd they just take his clothes? I literally put a trigger warning when I posted this in Discord. You did. This is genuinely so much trashier than I ever thought imaginable.
No spoilers, but all I will say is that the ending made me spit out my drink when I saw this myself.
Oh shit. All right. All right. Again, we're less than halfway through this and I'm really worried about where this is going to go.
I ain't afraid of no folk. If you say a song,
Jesus Christ. Okay, I do have to ask, am I gonna be okay if I show the rest of this? Like, you know, for a guy who's really anti-trans...
ShamWow Vince attacked an sex worker and got his jaw rocked. The right is picking top quality people, lately.
I didn't know that, but number one. But number two, like... Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, the absolute state of conservative comedy. Oh my god. Like, I just have to say, this guy, for someone who is anti-trans, really dresses up like a woman a lot in this video. Like, again, you know, I saw someone say another Steven Crowder in the chat, but like, good golly. This weirdo definitely has shit on his computer. Oh, 1000%. 1000%. He's really lucky he's too irrelevant to be hated for this video. Look, we can all make up for the last time, okay? We can make up for the lost irrelevance by hating it exactly how it deserves to be hated, okay? Paladin, I do have to ask, am I, like, are there, like, things that I am gonna get a strike on my channel in this video if we watch it? Because, considering that we just saw, like, bra and panties man changing in front of, like, children. Like, we just saw the ShamWow guy wearing, like, underwear in front of children. I'm genuinely worried where this might go in, like, you don't have to give me any spoilers. I just need to know that this is not gonna get me, like, a strike on my channel. Wait, is that the actual ShamWow guy? This is actually uploaded on the actual the ShamWow guy's YouTube channel. Actually, yes. Oh my god. Shamnar. What? No way. What the fuck? Yeah, no. ShamWow to ShamOw, indeed. He wants to be another Crowder, but he'll never achieve that level of relevance. It's true, and Steven Crowder is already irrelevant again. Paladin! Paladin! Did Jack read the tags and description? I did not, in fact. Oh boy. Let's see here. The tags. Hashtag Slapchop. Hashtag Charlie Kirk. Hashtag Fox News. In the name of Charlie Kirk, the OG wokebuster and the great debater, if you disagree with the video, please comment here below and I'll make a special attempt to respond to you. I'm no Charlie, but I'll try my best. If I can't get to it right away, and someone from my wokebuster army, anyone who is anti-woke, wants to chime in for me to keep the debate going, please be my guest. Millions of views on other platforms, but for some reason, it's not viral here yet. Why? Because they
From Shamwow to
know
Lowcow,
it will
how the
help
creepy have
deprogram
fallen.
people.
Also, we must purge the white names.
No, Paladin, I just need to know if my channel is gonna get struck with like inappropriate content. Cause there's a guy changing in underwear in front of children, so I need to know that this is gonna be baseline of able for me to show you guys the rest. Pluvius, thank you for gifting Cardstalker Caster a tier 1 sub. Very much appreciated. This is insane. Because they know it will help deprogram people. Therefore, I'm asking my Wokebuster army, you, to help with this, help share this with everyone you know for this mission to bring back sanity and real freedom.
We live in a timeline where DHS used Halo video game imagery to recruit for ICE, and the ShamWow guy is doing
True.
fascist Ghostbuster theme song music. All before getting GTA 6. My bingo card is confused.
All of our bingo cards are confused.
To be fair, all of conservative content is not suitable for anyone, minors especially.
It's true. I mean, also the other kind of minors. Like we've got minors from West Virginia protesting in DC because they're getting black lung because the Trump administration greenlit the ability of their employer to give them black lung again. You know, like we have to keep both kinds of minors safe from conservatives. God. Seeking through the vid, I think you might find a need to you might need a censor bar or two, but also holy shit, what I saw is coming. Paladin, before I watch the rest of this, I need to know if this is gonna be, like, okay for me to show to the stream, for real. The writers jumped the shark? Absolutely. Especially the minors, indeed. Minorson. Ay. I am really worried about where this is gonna go. I don't think you should show the rest. Jesus. Oh, it's that bad? Yeah, no, like I'm
And I tell you
genuinely worried.
pneumoconiosis now, pneumoconiosis tomorrow, and pneumoconiosis forever. Trump probably. BWA?
Knifey Stuck, thank you for the $5 dono. I'm fine not seeing more. Yeah, but I feel the need to finish it. So that's why I wanted to watch it fresh on stream. But I will watch it off stream now to see if I can show it to you guys. Okay, there's nothing TOS as far as I can see down to the underwear.
Admittedly, I will never not find it funny that the Colorado School of Mines and the Coors Brewing Company are both in Golden, Co.
Huh. That is funny. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. Maybe editor can make a safe version. I think our editor will be able to shorten this period of deliberation. All right. We're gonna finish this. All right. I've been assured by other chatters that it's fine. Maybe watch it off stream while we watch your reactions. Look, my big concern was that, like, there was gonna be, like, a turnaround where there was just, like, a giant erection coming from this guy. Like, that's my worried with where they're going to be, it's safe, it's not good, but it's not a violation of YouTube TOS. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. We're doing it. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
That has a schlong. Who can you call? Whoa, Busters! It's them or they are gonna play. Ow, who you gonna call? Whoa, Busters!
Okay, so obviously the transphobia is there, but like, why did this, like, this is like a meth fueled music video, right? Like, why is he dressed up as Jesus Christ? What? Yeah, like, why is he dancing Jesus? How is that at all relevant to what is happening? This made me grimly uncomfortable. Yeah. The Temu Trump dancing is really sad. Oh, is that what he was trying to do? Oh my god.
Whoa, Busters!
Also, wait a minute.
The balls in the face
Oh god.
is also like a hat on a hat on a hat. The horse is a fossil.
I also just want to point out here, guys, like, right, so the premise of the bit is that, oh, a trans person, you know, a trans woman is going out and playing sports against literal children. The actual, like, wait a minute. wait a minute. Any adult that plays sports against children is going to demolish those children. Like, yeah. Wait a minute. Uh, the entire conservative argument is that trans women shouldn't play sports against cis women. Like, they can't even hold true to the argument in this, like, crazy, insane example. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, how do you fuck up this badly? How do you fuck up your transphobia this badly? Yeah, why are these children in, like, the adult changing room? Why are these children playing a sports match against an adult? Like, what made this happen? Like, this is just what I think, like, bigotry-addled brains think. Like, they genuinely think this is what happened. No, they've literally said they're against men and girls sports. They've said this. Yeah, but, like, okay, but if you're advocating for, like, against men playing against literal girl children, you know what? I think we're all on board with that. I think, yeah, adult men should be barred from playing serious sports against 10-year-old girls. I do agree. We should bar not just the men, but the women as well from playing, like, full sports against 10-year-old children. Like, yeah, I think we all agree on that, which is what makes this example so bad. Right? Like, come on. Vince's offer is so awful that the Church of Scientology not only kicked him out, but declared him a suppressive person. Holy shit. I just, like, no, but, like, keep in mind, when, like, conservatives talk about bigotry towards like trans people, they're not talking about like anything real. All of their concerns are basically this. And the reason conservative comedy fails is because this is what they actually think. They're not like, doing anything funny here, really. They're just advocating for what they actually believe. I don't think men should be playing against 10-year-old boys either. Me neither. We're all so brave saying it. It's thinly veiled hatred. I mean, it's not even really veiled. What? Yes, the classic scenario. Your child brings a few good men into the classroom and just wanting to learn how to be a good man and lie to the US government. And then the teacher says that and says, "No! There's a gun on the cover."
I wouldn't mind seeing a 10-year-old whip conservative **** at chess or a board game.
That's true. I would like to see every conservative compete in a spelling bee against children.
But they got a different plan.
Okay, wait. Time out. Time out. I understand that this is just naked open bigotry at this point. But I do want to say I would watch that movie. I would watch the fuck out of this movie. Okay? Get the person who directed But I'm a Cheerleader on this project. I would watch it in a heartbeat. It would sell 1 million tickets. It would sell a bajillion tickets. Okay? Like get get a bunch of campy ass homosexuals together and make this production. I think it would slap ass in a good way. Okay? It would slap ass in a good way. The "you want the truth" scene would hit way different.
Who can you call? Busters! When you realize.
Oh my god. Of course. Wait. So the through line here is that they gave this kid a few good them, and then it transed this child. Okay.
You're a schmuck. You're
This is way too long. We're barely even halfway through. I just have to pause every 5 seconds. God. This has the same feel as the Oligarchy song. It's true. Oh god. I am a bit worried here, but I'm guessing that the strange man that has entered the hospital is going to intervene.
General Bianca Del Rio, did you order the code red?
a singing duck. Next up, we're sniffing talk. Busters! I ain't afraid of no book.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Holy shit.
Let me tell you something. CRT just ain't for me.
Remember when we said earlier that conservatives are just projecting and telling on themselves? Yeah, this is not even the writer's poorly disguised fetish at this point. This is just this is that the ShamWow guy? You bet your bootstraps it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, all right. I got here just in time for a psychosexual journey. Like, man, look, this guy really, really needs to go to therapy rather than making his psychosis all of our problems, all right? Holy shit.
I ain't afraid of no folk. Don't go it alone.
What? What? Okay, wait. So the fear here is that you might in this future, this dystopian future that ShamWow guy is painting for us here, is that you might go into the bathroom and open an occupied
Girlfriend,
stall.
we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Preferably naked, sweaty men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You, Lieutenant ***** Divine?
Oh god. Oh god.
Truly more disturbing than any horror film
Oh,
I'll see
fuck.
this month.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Paladin. That was an incredible entry into the but I'm a cheerleader. A few good them crossover. I love it. Girlfriend, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns, preferably naked, sweaty men with guns. Who's going to do it? You, Lieutenant Pussy Divine. Like, oh my god, yes, that serves. It serves our country and our cunts. Let's go. Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's break this down. In this horror story, this woman goes in to use the bathroom, opens the stall, and it's occupied. And instead of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and immediately going into a different stall, opens it wide enough to see that there's someone in there eating a banana. And like, I'm sorry, that's fine though. If the worst case scenario is that someone needs to eat a banana weirdly on the toilet, that's your worst case scenario of like, I mean all right. They put a jab of slavery for white people in this video. Yeah, sorry, I should have broken that down as well. I didn't want to touch on it because it was so clearly weird and sexual. But what he's trying to display there, I believe, is that the concept of up until now, white people have been trying to get black people to punish them because white people owned slaves back in the 1800s. And so he's showing him, like, himself give a black man a chain that is connected to him and like a flog, and is like trying to make it seem like he's being contrite for the sins of his ancestors, but in reality it just looks like some kink play. And I think he kind of knew that. Let me put it this way, I think he kind of knew that.
If you need an amazing person in Odd Place with Banana, see Jason Mantzoukas in Taskmaster Series 19.
Jason Mantzoukas is a treasure at all times, and especially on Taskmaster. Also, if you guys don't watch Taskmaster, you should. It's fun. That was a BDSM crop? Oh, 1000%. Yeah. All right. Back to this.
When you're drinking that wine and the lady boy looks fine, I think you better call on Busters. Ow! I think you better.
I have a greater responsibility fathom. You queef for Drag Race, and you curse VH1. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know.
Oh god. Okay, so all right. So now the fear is, oh, you got tipsy at a bar and you hooked up with someone that you didn't really feel attracted to in the light of day. Oh no, welcome to going to a bar and getting drunk and hooking up. God, where is this going now?
Whoa, Busters! Who you gonna call? Whoa, Busters! I don't know. Whoa.
I just have to say, like, this man is working through so many, like, sexual ideas here. And I have to say, like, we have a good way of doing this. We have a good way of working through your various psychosexual impulses, and that's by emulating Sam Reich. All right? Sam Reich founded Dropout.tv. And that man is a little pansexual imp, all right? Like he's got something going on there. He's got a lot of baggage, but you know what? He doesn't turn it into bigotry. He turns it into delight. He turns it into pure comedy gold. And like then this man is just like, I don't know, someone who got too hooked on conservative ideology to come to terms with themselves. Yeah, we've discovered
Missed
avant-garde
connections.
bigotry.
Me and oiled muscle man barging into the women's restroom. You, a frightened trans woman, half-eaten banana in hand on the toilet.
Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Didn't expect Sam Reich to get dragged into this. Look. I like Dropout.tv,
You don't want the
okay?
truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at the Angry Beaver you want me chained to that wall. You need me on that wall.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. At this rate, Paladin's about to write an entire fucking script for A Few Good Them. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Oh my god. Fuck.
Busters! Who you gonna call? Whoa, Busters! Black Friday shopping spree! Whoa!
Okay, can we just like... Can we just back this up a little bit? Because, number one, this lady looks like so many trans girls on the internet right now, it's ridiculous. Just number one, okay? Number two, this is... The rest of this skit fragment is just racism. Like, also, these women look fine as hell. Like these women look fine as hell. Like, the only criticism here is racism, for bigots.
Whoa, Busters! Black Friday shopping spree! Whoa, Busters! Liberal arts! Whoa, Busters! I can't hear you!
Can we just, like... So this lady is running to be an actual elected politician. Her name's Valentina Gomez.
I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a doll who sleeps under the blanket of the very fabulousness that I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it.
I just, yeah, so she's running to be the congresswoman in Texas 31st Congressional District. And, like... She's actually psychotic. If you look at any of her posts, it's like, we should just kill everyone who disagrees with us. And I'm not really being that hyperbolic. But can we just like talk for like a short moment here about the fact that it's deeply weird to have like a thick, milky consistency appearing substance firing all over various people's faces throughout this video?
I can't hear you.
Like,
Whoa, Busters! I can't hear you.
This is the weirdest fetish video I have ever seen.
it really is. And like, it is a fetish video. Let's be totally clear here. No one makes a video like this unless it is deeply revealing about their like psychosexual desires. You know? Jack, you don't understand? It's a MAGA cum shot. Oh! Oh! I gotcha. Donald Trump must have been playing the long game to get us to categorize his P tape differently. I understand.
Whoa, Busters! Who you gonna call? Whoa, Busters! Louder! Whoa, Busters! Who you gonna call? Whoa, Busters! Blackwashing!
What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's saying me so hungry because it has an Asian guy on it. You get it? You get it? Yeah, no, it's more racism, guys. Yeah, no. I'm just I'm just we are experiencing a true like context collapse of our time. Like, he's wearing a sham wow hoodie and like doing a song bit where he dresses up as the thing conservatives are all supposed to hate, like trans people, and then like just does a bunch of racist shit. Like, this is crazy. I just We have 24 seconds left, and I'm really scared to see where this is gonna go from here. Aunt Jeremiah? Yeah, no, of course, more transphobia. Well, like, all right.
Busters! We can't hear you. Whoa, Busters! Who you gonna call? Busters! I hear they love the kid. Whoa, Busters! Don't forget to subscribe and like the Share My Guy Show.
I feel like I've seen. I feel like I just watched like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. The
I would rather that
ultrasound
you just
descending
said, thanks and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up some heels and work that catwalk. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think.
No, it was pretty bad. That was remarkable. It was truly singular for how terrible that was. That was some like I don't know. It's like if you took early YouTube poops and like combined it with just rampant bigotry in every possible way and segment of the video. Every time I watch it, I feel like I had a brain aneurysm. Look, maybe ah, God, I can't make the joke my brain wanted to make. All right. Um how did that get worse every 10 seconds no matter how bad it already was? Because what we're looking at is just like a man who is completely incapable of dealing with his own issues. Like we're looking at the product of a deeply conflicted man who his sole claim to fame is being the sham wow guy, you know? And like that's his thing. He's got to make it work. And so, well, everyone stopped paying attention. He got addicted to some kind of substance and like absolutely just imploded his life in the name of like trying to get rich off of Trump folks. And like in the process got lost in the sauce, if he was ever found in the first place, like this is someone who is so far gone. Like I don't know that this person can ever like come back into normal society, but like I think this is what we're seeing is the end result of someone who has been siloed utterly and completely into the conservative media bubble. This is someone who lacks any and all critical thinking skills, someone who has essentially been captured in this media bubble and believes everything it says uncritically. And like I think this is really the heart of what MAGA conservatism is. It is a complete abandonment of any kind of idea of like a better life for working people. It's a complete abandonment of like fiscal responsibility. It's a complete abandonment of foreign policy. All it is naked bigotry and hatred. That's it. That's all they got for you if you're working class. This song is basically everything my brother believes. Yeah, it's because this is what the media on the conservative end of things tells them. And there's no dissenting voices in there to like argue about like, oh, what's a better way to be conservative? No, like they're all just fascists, right? Like they're all conservative media is just conservative capture and then pipelined into fascism. Like that's it. And like I don't think there's really any way to get around that, you know? Wow. That was truly terrible. Like, they need to rely on the bigotry because if they didn't have a constant stream of bigotry, conservatives might look around and say, hey, wait a minute, they're stealing our healthcare. Hey, wait a minute. Our elected conservative representatives are stealing our healthcare and starving us and cutting off trade negotiations with other countries that we rely on for our business to survive. Hey, wait a minute. These companies these companies are trying to kill their workers in order to transition to AI, and like our Republican overlords are actually totally fine with that and want to hasten our deaths by taking away our food and our ability to get healthcare. Wow, oh man. All right. Let's let's do something about that. They just they need the hatred to keep them focused on hating other people rather than working together with other people. Simple as. Hey, wait a minute, bacon is $30? Yeah, no, like that's genuinely it, you know? Yeah, as someone who used to give other conservatives pushback, I know very well how little of that they have. I also object to calling them conservatives. Conservatism is largely dead in America. I mean, true. I would just say it's useful to I continue to say conservatives largely because they consider themselves conservatives, and also because, like, they might have killed it in favor of fascism, but I think it is not like I don't want to let any single conservative who led us to this point off the hook, you know? Ay ay ay. Well, anyway, if you got anything out of that, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna keep on going, folks. Oh boy. All right. Also, we've been going for 2 hours now, and it's time to click the goddamn button. Go, go, go. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click a button. Click a button. Click a button. Click the goddamn button. Click 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 button. Hell yeah. Also, just saying, there are how many of you in YouTube chat right now? There are 390 of you in YouTube chat. I think you guys can hit 200 likes. I think you guys can hit 200 likes easy. You silly little billies. Hit that like button. You silly billies. Iotagon, thank you for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs over on Twitch. Very much appreciated. And Paladin, thank you for the $5 dono over on riverboat.gg.
Who knew that the best way to slap our troubles away would have been to slap the ever-living shite out of the presenter?
Indeed. God, I... Click the butt, click the butt. Alright. Folks! I'm looking at the like numbers, and you still have 10 likes to go. Okay, we need all of our strongest like warriors out there hitting that like button. All right, otherwise the stream will fall, and Rohan will lie in ruin. All right, let's go. What was that weird fixation the video had with Diet Pepsi and Mentos? It's Diet Coke. They were using Diet Coke and Mentos, and it's because Donald Trump drinks Diet Coke. There you go. You guys hit 200 likes. All right. The Rohirrim are hot as fuck. It's true. And the Rohirrim are also bi as fuck, which, you know, I'm here for. All right. Now, let's take a look here. I see you guys. I see you guys talking about how you need reparations. I see you guys saying that. So you know what? You know what? Here you go. Here's my reparations. It is to play the song Every Time We Say Goodbye by Jeff Goldblum and the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra. Glad that worked out for all of us, because I did not check that out prior to playing. That being said, I thought that was fun, and also, no, genuinely, that was just Jeff Goldblum. That was just Jeff Goldblum, from his latest album, Still Blooming, which sounds like a joke, but I guarantee you it's not. It's he has a website full of his different albums with the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra. Um, so just as an FYI about that, this is 100% real. Um, yeah. So I don't know, like not AI, no tricks, nothing there. Logic, I'm aware that my microphone has issues. I need to get a cable. I'm waiting for cables to arrive. Uh you're very welcome, Tea Leaf. Yeah, a rare video. You guys were demanding a palate cleanser. I delivered a palate cleanser. And I think we should all applaud me for that big act instead of continually amping up the pressure on you fine folks. I gave a little bit of a pressure release. There you go. Um, Jeff Goldblum is wonderful. I'm a fan. Everyone's a fan of Jeff Goldblum. Whether you saw him in Jurassic Park or The Fly, everyone's a fan of that sexy, sexy man. Now, what shall you subject us to? I mean, that's that is an excellent question, actually. Um, that is that is actually an excellent question for you all to ask. But first, consider dropping those subs, donos, memberships, super chats, etc. If you guys hit 600 subs, we will in fact watch watch some What If Alt Hist. But until such a time, we will soldier on, and we're gonna do our best. Thank you for giving me a release, Jack. You're welcome. Good. Not gonna say it. All right. Is Jack doing a Sam Reich by subjecting us to these videos with the sprinkle of Jeff Goldblum? I'll never tell. God. Okay. Here we go. It's time for us to jump into a different kind of hell. So, folks, it's time for us to return to, uh, for whatever reason, a segment that has been inexplicably popular on my YouTube channel. And, sometimes we need to return to those wells just for analytical purposes. I present to you the latest in the Brett Cooper saga, or perhaps you might better know her as Brett Pooper. And let's jump into it because I am just genuinely curious if it actually is true that the GOP and many who support them, down to their propagandists like Brett Cooper, or rather Brett Pooper, are in fact financially illiterate. Let's check out what's going on with Fem Shapiro. Let's go.
So apparently, having a basic sense of financial literacy will make you a right-wing bigot, and that is one of the many things that I have learned from Caleb Hammer's financial audit.
Okay, so right off the bat, I don't know who Caleb Hammer is. Great name. Second point, I have never heard that being financially illiterate makes you a conservative. Actually, I have not heard that at all. So let's see. Can Brett Cooper actually demonstrate that being financially literate makes one conservative? Let's find out, shall we? Ah, I never noticed it before, but there is a shocking amount of visual I don't know, shocking amount of visual metaphor involved in uncrumpling the Brett Cooper show and then crumpling it back up. Because, I don't know about you guys, but generally when I crumple up a piece of paper, I'm throwing that straight in the trash. But, maybe that's just an unintended message from the opening of her show.
So, Financial Audit is a show that has blown up on YouTube over the past couple of years. And as its host, Caleb Hammer will comb through.
Oh, can we, first of all, wait, Caleb Hammer. Let's just, I Googled this, right? Number one result is, this. Attention, future money master. Do you know where your financial health is at? Take the quiz and get your Hammer financial score, a no BS real reality check you need. And then you scroll down and it's like this guy. Welcome to Financial Audit, the show where your finances get roasted and rescued. Every week, Caleb sits down with someone whose finances are, let's say, a work in progress. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, you might even see yourself in their numbers. And you'll meet with real actionable steps to fix your own money mess. This isn't boring spreadsheet talk. This is raw, real, and sometimes ridiculous, but it works. Are you a financial dumpster fire? Get it in the hot seat. Wait, I'm sorry. Get it in the hot seat? Get what? Is that that when you say get it in the hot seat, it just sounds like you're putting out in a way that I don't think is intended here. And fix your monies. If you're afraid to check your bank account, if you've gotten a what the fuck money story, or if you just need Caleb to slap you across the face with some no-nonsense financial tough love, we're looking for you. Come on the show, spill the tea, and walk away with a game plan that could change your life, or at least your credit score. Yeah, alright. So, who is this guy anyway?
Brett Cooper? You mean Fem Shapiro?
Yes, Fem Shapiro. Fem Shapiro and Brett Cooper are the same as Brett Cooper. For those of you who do not understand the intense levels of lingo used here on this show. Caleb Hammer started out like a lot of people, deep in debt, maxing out credit cards on fast food delivery, and wondering why his bank account hated him. And then he got exposed to the powerful gamma rays of the Omega Star, and it turned his life around. No, sorry, that isn't how this goes. I wish it was. I would immediately watch that show. I want to know about the lore of the Omega Star, but no. Then he got obsessed with learning how money actually works and made it his mission to drag as many people as possible out of their own financial dumpster fires. Now, through financial audit, resources, and education, he's helped millions stop winging it with their money and start building something real. Cool. So let's. Oh, good. You can also join Hammer Elite. And give him all your financial info. That sounds smart. All right, let's take a look.
People's finances, comb through their debt to try to set them up on a better path. What he really exposes, time and time again, is how corrupt and abused our subsidized systems are here in America. Now, before we dive into that and react to some of the most insane clips, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you've not already, and as a reminder, if you go to brettcooper.com,
you either die a pet booper, or live long enough to become a Brett Cooper.
No! Thank you for the $5 dono, Jazz Dog.
You can buy tickets for my 2 upcoming live shows. I have one in New York City on November 5th, and then another here in Nashville at Zany's on November 22nd, and I hope to see some of you guys.
God, what on earth would a Brett Cooper live show even be? Chat, if any of you are remotely positioned to go to one of these events, I encourage you to do so do some on the ground reporting, because what the hell would possess someone to go to this lady's live show? I genuinely don't understand.
there. All right, so let's just dive right into this. Here is your first taste of the man whose name is Caleb Hammer.
Income that came in was $1,600. Rent is $12?
Girl math.
That's your... This is not a joke.
I'm not treating it as a joke. I mean,
It's girl math. Math.
It's girl math. It's girl math. So again, that is just a taste. So a little
But that's just someone who's not great at managing their finances. Girl math isn't a leftist principle.
backstory here is that Caleb started his channel a few years ago to try to help people get their finances on track. And this came from a place of understanding and empathy, because when he was younger, I believe that Caleb is like 30 years old now, 28, 30 years old. But after he had graduated college, he had racked up a ton of debt. And after binging Dave Ramsey videos and reading books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he was able to pull himself out of that situation, find a job that he loves, and now he wants to help others do the same. And he does this through his format where he has guests come on, comb through their finances. They do a bit of joking, some confrontation, and they try to figure out a solution. Now, Caleb is hilarious. The show is just outlandish. The people that he finds somehow, I mean, they're remarkable. And they're real. That's the thing. These are not paid actors. He's not baiting people. These are real people who apply to come on his show. They bring their finances. They're asking for this, and it is insane. And in recent months, the guests just keep getting better and better, and there has been a common theme this year. And the common theme is that these people hate America and they are happily taking advantage of the system. I mean,
they hate America. Okay.
See, your finances are giving it up. They're giving it up hard. 'Cause they're with Caleb Hammer. And these are not the hammer. The hammer is my penis.
Like, I do appreciate a good Dr. Horrible sing-along blog reference, Paladin Laws. Thank you for the $5 dono.
hate America. Just watch.
Is there an actual plan here, or is it a wham wham, I hate the America?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I
would.
What do you hate?
Wait, this isn't... Like, whether or not someone hates America isn't financial advice. Just... You know, like, just that's not that. Like, when an accountant is going through your finances, there's not a column for does or does not hate America, actually.
Like literally everything about America.
Let's get a couple specifics.
All right.
Because everything's a lot.
The healthcare industry.
Okay. Yeah. What about it?
I know that I have like so many undiagnosed conditions.
Okay, so she hates America.
I love that the very first example... Jack, maybe you should randomly zoom in on your face while you're talking. No. I love that the very first actual example that Brett Cooper wants to dig into here is somebody who very reasonably says, yeah, I have some issues with the healthcare system of America. I've got a lot of issues getting diagnosed for my illnesses. And Brett Cooper's like, oh, you hate the American healthcare system? Huh.
America because of the healthcare system, because she has so many undiagnosed issues. And you might be wondering, well, why doesn't she just go to the doctor? Why doesn't she get insurance? Why does she not use, our government subsidized insurance? Well, here's the answer.
Well, wait a minute. There's a pretty good reason for someone not to make use of those systems. All right?
Curb Your Enthusiasm outro on soundboard?
It is! It genuinely is. Now, I don't know if anyone can genuinely understand this, right? But in a capitalist society, you need money to procure goods and services. And if one does not have money, one cannot, in fact, afford said goods or services. And you might think, oh, well, surely the beneficent government of the United States of America makes healthcare free for everyone, right? Why? It's free, Fivehead. Why don't you just go sign up for your healthcare provided for free by the U.S. government? Well, and there's one really good reason why you can't do that, and that is because America doesn't have free healthcare. In fact, um, let's just keep watching here. All right.
But Lieutenant Dan, you don't have no capital.
Oh God. You really like it feels like that the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme plays in my head all the time watching these videos.
You applied? What have you applied to? What health insurance do you have right now?
None.
That's your fault. The Affordable Care Act is there for you at the healthcare.gov for you to enroll in things that are completely subsidized. When you take an idiotic stance of it's bad, but I've done nothing, it's like, what the f am I going to say? You're going to make me sound like I'm the most roo-roo. Yay, let's charge $1 billion constantly. But for what it's worth, remember, if you can afford it, we do have the best health care in the world.
Yeah, there's a really important qualifier in that statement. The if you can afford it part. You're talking to people who are coming to you because they need a financial plan because they can't afford it. Also, you know what? Just out of curiosity, I logged on to healthcare.gov. And you want to know something, folks? It redirected me to my state level marketplace. And I went through my entire state level marketplace. And you want to know what the cheapest healthcare plan that I could find was? Are you guys ready? Let me just throw it up on screen one more time. All right? Let's just do that real quick. All right. Browse plans. Skip to view plans. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the lowest monthly price available. All right? Lowest monthly price available in my state by going to healthcare.gov. Wowie zowie. Look at that. Wow, $323 a month and 5 cents. I wonder if maybe not everyone has an extra $323.05 laying around every month. You know? Maybe that's not something that everyone has, especially if they need to go to a financial planner. How are people supposed to live? All I'm saying, that's not even to talk about the fact that, yeah, next month, like starting in 2026, the monthly cost of these plans are gonna go up like crazy. Eddie666 says, that's almost as much as I get donating plasma twice a week for a month. Yeah. Yeah, with an $8,500 deductible. $8,400 deductible, actually. Like, okay. But yeah, let's talk down to folks who are already financially insolvent to the point they're coming on your dumbass show. All right? Let's continue taking a look. Obviously, Brett is quite taken with his arguments.
And you guys, as a combined household income of $90,000, when you're married, you would have access to that.
I just can't believe that because, especially being
of
a
feelings.
woman in the United States.
Okay, well, you're talking abortion.
Present with, I've actually had 2 abortions.
Okay.
I mean, guys, the situation.
Wait, why is that funny? Wait a minute.
It's bad, but I've done nothing. It's like, what the f am I going to say? You're going to make me sound like I'm the most roo-roo. Yay, let's charge $1 billion constantly. But for what it's worth, remember, if you can afford it, we do have the...
Well, first of all, just throwing out there, the healthcare industry charges way more than $1 billion. Let me just check real quick. Healthcare industry. Let's see, the estimated net worth of the American healthcare industry is around $9.4 trillion as of 2022. So, yeah, like, you don't have to say rah rah charge billions because they already do that. But like 1,000 times that.
The best healthcare in the world. And you guys, as a combined household income of 90,000, when you're married, you would have access to that.
I just can't believe that, because especially
Can't
being
believe that 'cause of
being a
feelings.
woman in the United States.
Okay, well,
Wait, why is he being so combative? Like, his entire purpose here is to give them a financial plan that allows them to get the health care. Like, yeah, they have a combined household of $90,000. That's pretty okay. But, like, if they aren't able to figure out how to afford the healthcare off that, like, it's because they have a lot of, like, I'm going to presume rent, or maybe they've overextended themselves when it comes to credit. Like, there are a lot of reasons here. But also, this is just bizarre. It's genuinely like applying debate bro, like red pill debate bro content, but to financial planning. This is insane. From the ads I've seen, his whole shtick is belittling and shitting on his guests. Yeah, I mean, my guess is that this entire show is about making fun of poor people, or making fun of people who are victims of like financial like collapse.
You're talking
you
abortion.
Present with. I've actually had 2 abortions.
Okay.
I mean, guys, the situation.
Okay, but also let's just war game here for a second. If Brett Cooper, I presume Brett Cooper is pro-life, right? Brett Cooper, believes that abortion is murder, presumably. Now, if that's true, your perception of that woman is essentially that she has done 2 murders. And, like, I'm just throwing out there, like, why would that make you laugh? And the reason it makes her laugh is because none of these pro-life people actually equate abortion with murder. Not a single one of them, at least not in the media. You probably can find some wackos out there that do, but, like, to them, it's just a game. They don't actually give a shit because they know they can go to a different country or a different state and get an abortion just fine.
Is literally insane. So they go into this interview being like, we hate America. We actually need to flee America because it is so awful. The only thing that she can come up with to back up her reasoning for why they need to leave the country is because of the healthcare system. And
well, the healthcare system is expensive.
Even though she
Yeah.
claims to be pro-life, she doesn't believe in anything. None of them do.
I mean, it's true. Like, well, no, that's not true, Sake Tanuki. I do think that at the heart of conservatism is a fundamentally anti-life belief, you know? Good night, Lady Domina.
Yet she has no insurance. She's not actively trying to fix any of the alleged problems that she believes.
Well, wait. Leaving the country would fix her lack of healthcare problem. Wait, actually moving to a different country with, public healthcare would actually solve her healthcare problem. Like, you can't say, oh yeah, she's not doing anything. Well, I mean, if they're planning on moving, that would in fact solve the problem.
She can't get health care. Meanwhile, she's saying it's so hard to be a woman, which is code for you can't get an abortion and we need reproductive health care. And yet you just said you.
Well, it's not. Wait, saying it's so hard to be a woman is not code for I need so many abortions. There are a lot of ways that just saying it's hard to be a woman in America could actually go. And one would know that if they had any intellectual curiosity. Like, is Brett Cooper still funded by Ben Shapiro or some other aging conservative? I don't think, no, she's broken off from the Daily Wire. I think she went independent.
got to abortions. I feel insane regurgitating that stuff to you.
Also, people have been pointing out in the chat that both her sleeves are different colors, and I can't unsee it now.
That is how we all should feel watching this video. Like, the rationality is truly insane. And like, so with that couple, the bigger picture here in his whole episode, which is like an hour and a half long usually, that couple's not married. They're $300,000 in debt. The girlfriend does not work. She mooches off of the man. They hate Trump's America so much, they blame Trump for all of their—
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm sorry, they're $300,000 in debt. Well, that might explain why they can't afford the healthcare they need in order to live. If they are $300,000 in debt, that would, in fact, explain why they can't afford a $300 expense every month, actually. Dear God.
problems, even though they're not doing anything to fix their own individual problems, and so they want to flee, of course. Now, of course, they don't realize that if they went anywhere else, they would actually have less money.
Even still, when it comes to dollars left over, I mean, the math has been done. You take every subsidy, you get everything from the government-funded healthcare, whatnot, and this is in Germany alone. You take that, you compare it to the United States, after everything that's free over there that we have to pay in the private sector, because our incomes are so substantially higher, we still, at the end of the day, have more leftover money.
Okay, but that's on average. You're talking to people who are making $90,000 combined income. That's not I'm sorry. Well, on average, American incomes are so higher. That average takes into account like the incomes of like the 1% of America. Like, just throwing out there, if you're a working person in Germany, you have healthcare and a decent quality of life. Whereas making a comparable amount of money in the United States, you don't necessarily have those things. God.
And my favorite part of these videos is that whenever Caleb starts doing something like this, like he is, laying out something very logical that they could be doing, he's explaining why they are making this a problem when it actually—
Yeah, why aren't you taking advantage of all of these subsidies and programs that that Republicans are trying to destroy? All of these opportunities that Republicans are trying to annihilate off the face of the earth, so you're trapped as a land working serf for the rest of your days. Why aren't you just doing that, huh? Patrick Lucas, thank you for the gifted membership.
is not a problem, and they just sit there like— and the guy's like, that's really interesting. Like, this man has no intention to change his life. He does not want to change his opinion about America or the state of America or the fact that he—
Well, why should he change his opinion about the state of America? I want to remind Brett Cooper that this man came onto the show for financial advice, not to reconsider whether or not he likes America. Just like this is like, I don't know, this is like someone going on The Price is Right and then being asked to renounce their faith before they place their bid. Like, what? Wait, do you disavow the Great Schism that fueled the war between Protestants and Catholics for 1,000 years? Do you renounce it, sir? Like, what? Wait, what? Why? It's completely irrelevant to going on The Price is Right. Da 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 da. Renounce your faith.
thinks his life would be better elsewhere. He's just like, I mean, there is not a thought behind those eyes. They obviously just want to continue believing that their life is so awful because of Trump, which again seems to be a common thread. Just watch this one.
I am actually kind of in debt because of the past election.
Wait.
I've looked at potentially moving out of the country, and it's just never feasible.
What does that make sense for? In what way?
It's got to be better somewhere else. It has to be better anywhere else.
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else.
So you'll be moving to sub-Saharan Africa.
We're going to play a game called Catechism.
Okay, so, like... This guy's go-to examples really kind of reveal his hand, you know? I do not want to watch any more Caleb Hammer. I despise him. Look, we're gonna finish this segment, but yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah, people can move out of the country if they want to. And, you know, if they're coming to you for financial planning, mind your business. Give them the financial plan to move. My God. Like, I don't know, move to New Zealand. Move to Ireland. They just elected a socialist. Seems pretty cool. This is not a financial advice show. Yeah, of course not. It's conservative propaganda LARPing as a financial advice show.
What do you say fuck me for?
No, probably not. It's
You
too hot.
said anywhere.
Almost
Else.
anywhere.
All right, now an important thing to note with this woman is that this is how they start off the episode. This is how she introduces herself, that, you know, Trump is the problem, she is in debt because of him. And then you slowly start to see, as Caleb peels back the onion, that actually everything is her fault. And she doesn't actually need...
Well, wait, yeah, that's because people don't go to a financial planner in a crisis situation because of their great financial decisions in the past. People go to a financial planner to fix the financial problems they have. Like, yeah, of course her poor and previous financial decisions are her own. Yeah.
to leave the country. She actually can't leave the country because of the mountains of debt that she is under. Like, it all is just a big game that they are talking. Like, all of this, these last two people that we've looked at, they're all just talking a big game. They are projecting. Like, please, God, let's just, like, take...
Are they talking a big game, or are they just stating, like, their basic opinions on something? Like, yeah, I hate the American healthcare system is not actually talking a big game. That's just a pretty general and benign point of view to have on a system that kills people.
We got the Smith family and the Ford family. Top 5 answers on the board. We asked 100 people, do you condemn Hamas?
Thank you for the $5 dono, Paladin.
Take it down a notch, pretend like you are a suppressor from Silencer Shop. Because shooting is great, but shooting suppressed...
Wait, what? What? She seriously transitioned into selling fucking silencers. Fucking gun silencers. Are you kidding? Oh my god. She went from talking a big game to shooting big game. I can't. Best in the conservative biz right here. Fucking hell. Are we being punked? No, this is just the state of conservative discourse. Why do you need that? You know, in case you need to do a fun time against pheasants.
That's better, way better. And Silencer Shop makes it ridiculously easy to get a suppressor, which is that one upgrade that instantly makes your guns perform quieter with more accuracy and less recoil, just making the entire experience way more enjoyable. Now, yes, before you ask, suppressor...
It makes it quieter, more accurate, and altogether more enjoyable. Anyway, Agent 47, here's your loadout. My god. I genuinely can't believe this.
Suppressors are 100% legal in most states, and Silencer Shop has simplified...
Yeah, you don't want any deer to hear your previous shot.
...the entire process. You just pick your suppressor, make your account, sign a couple forms, and they handle all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, in case you need to defend your house in silence. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but castle doctrine only holds as long as you keep it below a certain number of decibels.
You could get your suppressor in just a few days. Alex and I got one of our own. It was such an amazing process, and we have loved shooting it on our property. It makes it so much easier and more fun. Now, Silencer Shop has already helped hundreds of thousands of shooters do it, and they are also not just behind the counter. Silencer Shop is out there defending your Second Amendment rights every single day. So if you are
silently.
Ready to make your shooting experience smarter, safer, and seriously more fun, head on over to silencershop.com/Cooper to get started. Again, silencershop.com/Cooper, because shooting suppressed makes—
Man, sometimes, you know, like, I will go and I'll watch a dystopian movie from the 1980s, like RoboCop, and, like, I'll look at the ads and go, haha, what silly billies they were back in the 1980s. Look at their dystopia with its cybernetic police officers and its silly ads. And then then all of it just became real. All of Paul Verhoeven's films just became real, actual reality that we experience every day. Like, yeah, I'd buy that for $1 guy. I guarantee you, if you had that run as an advertisement on Fox News today, people would buy that for $1. And it would make $1 billion, and then they'd shove AI into it somehow and make it worse. Like, that like our reality is seeing the dystopia put forth to us in the past and saying, hold my beer. Yeah, the suppressor good, Brett Cooper bad. Yeah.
Makes you better. Now, guys, if you're like me, you need a snack while you're out on the range shooting, which is why you need to keep Paleo Valley meat sticks with you at all.
Hey, bro, you got your Paleo Valley meat stick? Yeah, bro, I love holding my Paleo Valley meat stick in my strong vascular arms. Don't you, bro? Yeah, bro. What if we just held our Paleo Valley meat sticks together in our brawny, grug-like strength? It's just like, fuck, man.
Times just like me. And guys, these are not the meat sticks that you grew up with. Paleo Valley makes—
Yeah, not the meat sticks you grew up with. We got all kinds of meat sticks now in 2025. Is that a meat stick you'd want to eat? What if you wanted to gobble it down? Would you gobble down a whole Paleo Valley meat stick? Or would you take your time, delicately making your way down the meat stick?
theirs with 100% grass-fed beef from small regenerative American
This isn't your dad's meat stick.
farms so that you can feel good about what you're eating and what you're supporting. They've stripped out all of the junk, no preservatives, no gluten, no soy, no—
Wait a minute, they stripped out all the junk from their meat stick? Wait a minute. We might not be talking about the same thing. Here in this house, you need to keep some of that junk on. We only eat non-circumcised meat sticks in this house.
No sugar, no dairy, no GMOs, just clean, nutrient-dense fuel that is made the way food was meant to be made. And whether you are road tripping, working late, or just running around like a crazy person like I do on a daily basis, these beef sticks give you the high protein energy without the crash that you need.
Also, what I'm sorry, what is this meat stick energy crash that you're talking about? like what? What? I don't think I've ever eaten a Slim Jim and just like run around and been like, I can lift a car, and then like 10 minutes later needed a nap. Like what are we talking about here? Just
If it's been a schlong time since
caffeinated
you've wrapped
beef?
your lips around a meat stick.
Jack, don't be coy. You know the meat stick energy crash she's speaking of. Look, I might not be familiar with the energy crash of a good meat stick, but you know, whomst among us hasn't gotten addicted to a good beef stick? Or sorry, meat stick. It's not necessarily beef. It's just a meat stick of various kinds of meat. Or perhaps one kind of meat. I look so tired. My makeup is so ruined from like laughing at this this shit.
Paleo, carnivore, whatever your vibe is, Paleo Valley fits right in. They also come in 5 bold flavors: original, jalapeno, summer sausage, garlic summer sausage, and teriyaki. So there is truly something for everyone. I literally keep these in my purse on a daily basis. They are that good. With over 55 million sold in a 60-day money-back guarantee, Paleo Valley is the real deal. Get 15% off your first order.
My meat stick goes limp after one snack. Well, get yourself some additional meat sticks, my friend.
At Paleo Valley.
You don't need to limit yourself to just one meat stick. You can just fit a whole bunch of meat sticks in your mouth if you're really on the go.
.com/Brett with code Brett. Now, back to the story at hand. Again, this woman, she actually does blame MAGA. She blames Trump, the last election, for her debt for the financial crisis that she is in, rather than...
Well, wait, I want to know how she got into her financial crisis. Did she, like, bet everything on the Poly Market studio in LA? Is that what happened? Did she, you know, did she bet it all and lose? I just want to know. Also, where is the Poly Market studio button? I should have it. There it is.
Live from the Poly Market studio in LA.
The bit didn't work, but I'm still gonna do the sound clip.
Blaming the fact that she sunk $70,000 into a failing business venture that she didn't even try to make successful, and the fact that she does not want to work more than
She invested her life savings in meat sticks.
20 hours a week. And when Caleb had the gall to suggest that she, makes a career...
Wait, but what was the business venture? Maybe the business venture had something to do with the election.
Career shift, takes on extra hours, do something else, get a full-time job. This was her response.
Go get a job. Work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5.
I don't want to.
Yeah, how could anyone respond to that delivery and voice with anything other than deferential respect?
There it is. Government, Kansas, Missouri, take away her food stamps right now. Did you just hear that? Take them away. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, important note that's revealed to you guys in this clip. This woman is on government subsidies. She is under this mountain of debt. She is taking resources from the government that she hates. She's saying Trump is so bad, America is so awful, I need to flee. And yet they are helping fund her life.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if Brett Cooper knows this, but I'm just going to lay it out there real quick. But part of the reason we have government subsidies, right, for folks in dire financial situations is because we don't want them just dying. That's actually not what we want. And in fact, we want people to live and be able to get back up on their feet and try again and do everything else that they can to contribute to their community and their state and their country, etc. And there's not actually a loyalty test involved in whether or not you get to keep those subsidies. Because I just really want to emphasize this here. The idea that we should do loyalty tests and only help people who are loyal to the state is some genuinely fascistic garbage. In America, one of your most sacred rights is to be able to criticize America and criticize American policy. And the idea that you shouldn't be able to do that while on government assistance is just, well, frankly, I don't know how to say this. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit from people who don't want the system to be criticized because they don't want the system to be better because they are fundamentally backed by folks who want to benefit from the immiseration of the working class and the poor for the benefit of the 1% of Americans. Like, that's it. Like, that is what is happening here. If you can't criticize something you love without hating it, then do you really love it? Exactly, Dragonfly. And also, like, yeah, if someone wants to leave the country, they should be able to, even if they are on subsidies. Like, all right. Like, Brett Cooper's problem with this woman is ostensibly like, oh, she's anti-American because she wants to leave America. And then is like, you want to leave America? How dare you take subsidies in order to try and leave America? It's like, I don't know, maybe make it easier for people to leave the country. I'm just spitballing. Like, make it easier for people to leave, make it easier for people to come in if they want to, because we should be about freedom. Yeah, freedom of movement is actually a pretty fundamental freedom, actually.
I don't want to.
Then that is not fair. That is not a choice. Subsidies should be there, and even more for those who cannot. You can, and you're choosing not to because you do not want to. And I knew the more and more I pushed on it, we would find out that you're doing this because you want to.
I mean, he literally, like, guys, in every single one of these episodes, he does not pull a single punch, and that is why he is incredible. Now, guys, like, I'm looking at this, I'm watching these videos, and I'm thinking to myself, well, suddenly, the government shutdown doesn't seem so bad. Like, maybe some of these...
You're talking about 41 million people not being able to feed themselves. 23 million of whom are children. Suddenly the government shutdown doesn't seem so bad. Maybe those 23 million deserved to not eat. Maybe those 23 million children deserve to go without food. Maybe those 23 million children are actually suckling on the teat of big government. Did you ever think about that? Like, this is, Matt Rock, you are saying it very well here. This is fascist porn. This is fascist pornography. Because when these folks are, like, trying to do this propaganda, they focus on folks that they're like, you see, they hate this country. They don't deserve food stamps. And therefore, none of them deserve food stamps. I'm sorry, even if you dislike that woman and think that she made poor life choices, that doesn't excuse, like, celebrating the loss of the ability to feed 23 million children. And, like, good God. I don't know how big of a monster you have to be to cheer on tens of millions of people, predominantly children, being cut off from food. Like, oh man, maybe those children should have financially planned better? Oh, well, their parents made bad economic choices, so the kids deserve to starve. Like, what are you talking about? We have a choice as to whether or not these kids starve or not. We have a choice whether or not these people starve or not. We don't, in fact, have to just inflict wanton cruelty onto people in order to try and force them to make the financial decisions we agree with. But conservatives believe in torture. They believe in torturing poor people and the most vulnerable among us, poor children in particular. And this is the kind of media environment I want you all to understand that conservative voters isolate themselves within so often. It's why we are seeing more and more of these conservative folks going full fascist. It's because this is all they see. This is all they see.
But remember, being okay with Charlie Kirk no longer being alive is the most evil thing possible.
Also, they've all weirdly stopped talking about Charlie Kirk. Like, they... The second they couldn't use Charlie Kirk as a punching bag for trans people, the Charlie Kirk case, they stopped talking about it. so that they could focus on starving children, I guess.
People will go out and get jobs if things stop being paid for by the government. We are still not done, because later in this interview with the same woman, after she says that she doesn't want to work, that it's too hard to work, that she has health problems that make it so that she can't take on longer shifts as a hairstylist, she can't take on more shifts as a bartender, she actually reveals to Caleb that she is a competitive cheerleader and that she pays for it, and that that is one of the many things that he will see when he goes through her finances.
So would it be a bad time to tell you that I'm also a competitive cheerleader?
Why is that funny? Wait, like, why is that? Oh, okay, and?
Be a weird time.
I mean, like, guys, this is so amazing. Like, this is better than most things on TV right now. Like, his blank stare of like, what the hell are you saying? Like, you, an adult woman, he like looks her up and down. He's like, you are a competitive cheerleader? Like, you genuinely.
But like, you know that there are professional cheerleaders. You see them at sports games. Brett Cooper, you even talked about the fact that you were just so angry about a male cheerleader. Oh, sorry, not a male cheerleader. Like a non-binary cheerleader, actually, or it might have been that both, that there was a non-binary cheerleader and there was like just a really flamboyant man cheerleader. I think it was actually both. And like Brett Cooper did an entire thing about how the NFL is gay now because they have like guys and NBs as cheerleaders, and it's a whole big deal. And like, now you're confused at like a woman saying that she's a professional cheerleader or a competitive cheerleader. What do you? Okay. I mean, is the joke that she is like, the reason it's funny because like she doesn't look like she'd be a competitive cheerleader? Like, and in that circumstance, I don't know who looks like they would be a competitive cheerleader, but she clearly has like the body to be one. Like, God.
Genuinely cannot make this stuff up. It's insane. She's sitting here talking about the fact that she has no money. She can't do anything. She can't take on more work. And then she's like, actually, I do adult competitive cheerleading. And the comments under that episode were just chef's kiss. Like, this person said, I'm disabled and I can't do long shifts, does competitive cheerleading, and lifts at least 100-pound cheerleaders. Yeah, she's not one of the.
Well, yeah. But also, she does 2 other jobs? If you combine 2 jobs and the competitive cheerleading, that's a lot. And I guess if the advice is just drop your passion and just do more work, like, some people aren't going to want to make that sacrifice. You know, some people don't want to sacrifice what makes them, you know, happy and able to mentally function in favor of just making more money and primitive accumulation. It's stupid.
The flyers.
And also very true, Bastion. Not all disabilities are physical. Yeah.
At all. No, she's the one lifting people, but she can't bartend. It's too hard. That's why she needs us, the taxpayers, to fund her life. Somebody else said, I hate when Trump forces single moms to be competitive cheerleaders so they can't afford to pay their bills. Somebody else said, how do people not become conservative/Republican after watching all of these videos? Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this episode, because they are. And that.
You know, I'm just going to point out here, this is the same logic behind that undergirds like white supremacist news outlets. And I've pointed this out a number of times before, but like the general idea behind a white supremacist news outlet is that they don't report false news explicitly. They usually base it on actual real world events. However, what they do is they are selective in their reporting. So, for example, a white supremacist news outlet would focus on crimes done by Black people. And in order to fearmonger about Black people, like that, that is the entire premise of like one of those white nationalist news outlets. They lie. They lie and they twist it in aggregate. So each individual story might be accurate, but if you're reading the news and only the stories about black people committing crimes are being put in front of you, then your perception gets warped into thinking that, oh, all criminals are black people. Right? In a similar case, oh man, how can people not turn conservative from watching these videos? It's because like a bunch of people are being highlighted selectively in order to make a political point. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably a pretty effective and I would say I would say effective way of converting people to conservatism or conservative ideas, largely because I don't see a lot of comparable shows breaking down finances from a leftist perspective. I think there's probably room for something like that. I'm not qualified to do it, but like, I mean, Bizu, you're correct. This is why conservatives think Portland is burning to the ground, and it's because they all live in this media bubble where like Portland is forever burning to the ground because it's the only news story they see about Portland. And like, yes, it is possible that this guy's also using paid actors. It very possible. Just assuming though that he's not and that these are real people, it still serves the purpose of a larger media strategy to align with conservative ideas.
Is why people on social media are so mad. All of these clips have been circulating and going viral all summer. Caleb is getting more popular by the day because he is exposing something deeper than just bad, idiotic personal choices. He is exposing the system that enables and supports them. This person on X said,
Well, he's not actually supporting the system that enables and supports anybody. Actually, because he's not talking about the systems per se. He's talking about how these people should exploit those systems, and the fact that they are not or unable to is a sign that they are unfit to like exist in society. Hence why he's trying to get these people like kicked off of the programs they're using. Disgusting.
Like Caleb because Caleb allows you to see into how tens of millions of Americans live. If you look past all the theatrics, you get an unfiltered look at how the system works and how utterly disgusting it is. Invaluable.
I'm just curious here. I'm just real curious. What was that? This is from an account titled Woman Definer.
At least they're not paying Vince. Trust me, you're not gonna love his nuts.
Let's see here, just out of curiosity. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. When a little girl at school tells my son, at least my dad isn't black. That little girl is wise beyond her years, and this account reposted it. That's interesting. It's crazy. White women get stuck with the Karen stereotype. This woman called racism over Halloween decorations. This one might be racially motivated. Lol. Literally like a lynched black person. I think I've seen enough, actually. So, maybe telling who Brett Cooper is using for her political dunks and political high fives on her side. And I do want to preface this by saying I did not pre-watch this at all. I had no idea what we were walking into when I started playing this video, other than the basic premise of what the video was going to be about. And it never fails that in every single one of these conservative propaganda videos, you Google like the person they show on screen to buttress their conservative points, and it's like, oh, this guy is literally like 2 degrees removed from Hitler. This guy is like, the only reason he's not at the Klan rally is because his sheets are at the dry cleaner. Like dude, like that's genuinely every single time you look into these folks. Who could have predicted?
Filtered look at how the system works and how utterly disgusting it is invaluable. Exactly. Like, that is the real thing that comes through in all of these videos. And of course, some of them are crazier than others, but there usually is a common thread that they are not taking personal responsibility and they are leaning on American taxpayers.
That's so true. Republicans also should figure out personal responsibility when it comes to, keeping the government open and not stealing everyone's healthcare so that they can give, $1 trillion to the wealthiest people to ever exist. I would say that, there might need to be some personal responsibility learned about the fact that you shouldn't do that.
Take all of those clips that we just watched, all the episodes that he has done. Possibly the craziest one just happened a couple of days ago because Caleb had 2 illegal immigrants onto his show. 2 illegals with over $420,000 worth of debt who do not pay taxes. Now, their big spends recently, because I'm sure you're interested. Number 1, a 4Runner and $4,500 Shakira tickets. And oh, by the way, the man doesn't like their house because it doesn't have a pool.
I just don't like the house.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards this is fake as hell, because I'm just, in the current climate, in the current political climate, you tell this man you're an undocumented immigrant and go on his YouTube show when people are being disappeared off the streets? Nah, dog, I'm calling this fake as hell. I'm calling this fake as hell. All right? Oh, God. All right. Shit.
Oh, good. $260,631.08. Why don't you like the house?
Because it doesn't have a pool.
Go to a community pool, dick.
No,
a
it's
home
dirty.
That's
equity loan?
his response. His response is, it's dirty. I don't want to. I want to drive my 4Runner. I don't want to drive a beater. I don't like my house with my huge mortgage because it doesn't have a pool. Sir, most people in America go to community pools. I also go to a community pool. I love my house. It doesn't have a pool. Would I like a pool? Sure.
Wait. A lot of people don't have access to a community pool. Wait a minute. Growing up, I didn't have access to a community pool. Not every community has that, Dick.
I think most Americans would like a pool. Most Americans don't have one, so we all go to community pools. Later in this video, Caleb actually stormed off, and I think this might be the first time that he ever stormed off set, but he stormed off because the couple in the video, to his face, refused to agree to make any meaningful changes to their lifestyle. Again, they have come on his show to try to get help, to go through their finances to see what they could do to get out from under this mountain of debt.
I still want to circle back to the you claim that they're undocumented immigrants, and I want to know how do you know that?
And they want to do nothing because they don't want to make the sacrifices that are necessary. When Caleb told them that they needed to sell the extremely expensive 4Runner and get a beater, the man responded with no, not just no, he said, no, actually, I deserve a Tacoma. He wants an even nicer, newer car. Sir, actually, as human beings, we do not deserve anything other life and liberty. We just work for it like you.
Okay, wait, that asterisk though. Wait, the asterisk.
We do not deserve anything other life and liberty. We just...
She couldn't even successfully mumble out other than life and liberty. I'm just also gonna throw out there, hey, maybe there are some prerequisites to life. Maybe like some of the prerequisites, I don't know, healthcare and food and housing. You know, the things, those subsidies you were railing about a few minutes ago that are meant to like ensure people get. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Just work for it like you should be doing. You should be making sacrifices to support your family, to get out from under the debt if that is actually a priority in your life. But clearly it's not. And so that's why Caleb stormed off. And what was even more offensive about this video in particular was the entitlement as non-Americans. The fact that they were even able to get approved for all of this debt when so many Americans literally can't, when they can't even take on any debt because they won't get approved, when veterans are struggling to get assistance, when young people can't buy homes, when many would literally kill.
Well, they would be able to get approved for that level of debt if they have good credit. And I guess Brett Cooper in a roundabout way is getting to the point that our credit system is bullshit. Which, yeah, I agree.
To be able to own a townhome without a pool, when that is just the dream. But for them, for this couple, it just isn't good enough. But what's even worse is that if this couple were to be deported.
Okay, but wait, people are allowed to dislike the house they bought. Like, I don't know. This, you're upset that they don't like their house? A lot of people don't like their house. What are you talking about? Why are you mad at them for that? But even worse is that if this couple were to be deported,
they probably wouldn't ever have to pay off any of this debt because it is almost impossible to enforce once you are out of the country. Like the creditors would probably just take the home, take the assets, cut their losses. Meanwhile, this couple basically gets off scot-free. They go home wherever they came from. They don't have to deal with the mess that they made by racking up the debt here in this country. Somebody on X.
I love the idea that in Brett Cooper's mind, being deported is like a miraculous event for an undocumented immigrant who's deep in debt, when it's like you could declare bankruptcy, though. There are other options available other than deportation. And also, if you're being deported to another place and you've built a life here, you don't have that life anymore. Like, it doesn't go with you. Oh, God. Has this woman ever been poor? Not to my knowledge. I didn't realize that I didn't realize going into this that it would accrue this much mental pain points as it has.
Commented and said they rake in cash from jobs that Americans built, skip taxes, and then cry about deserving new trucks.
Well, wait a minute. No. They rake in cash from jobs Americans built? My sister in Christ, they're doing the jobs. They're doing the jobs that Americans won't. What exactly does Brett Cooper do? She does this, and she does acting in shitty Daily Wire movies.
This is how entitlement rots nations when borders become suggestion signs instead of barriers. Another person said, this is what open border madness brings. Entitlement without effort, debt without discipline, and lawbreakers mocking.
I'm just random spot check. I'm going to Google this account as well. Rhombus Report Twitter. Let's see.
Brett Cooper is the Azula to pre-Earth Kingdom Zuko Ben Shapiro.
There's something really just brilliant about your mind, Sake Tanuki, because you constantly like T-bone my brain with unexpected references, and they delight me. Don't stop. But also, let's just take a quick look here. Rhombus Report, standing for faith, family, and freedom, upholding America First values, defending liberty, and fighting for our nation's future. A friend of Israel. Let's take a look. All right. a video of massacres, a video of killing fishermen. Let's just that. Let's see. Experience the Psalms like never before. 14 soulful country gospel songs from Psalms Collection Part 2, filled with faith, hope, and renewal. Let every note lift your spirit. Mossad commentary channel. Great. Okay, more just slaughtering videos. All right. Okay. Again, videos of just slaughter. Most of the videos on this channel are of either by my 14 songs or just reposting propaganda from Mossad. So that's cool. I'm just scrolling through here. Let's see. A lot of stuff from Charlie Kirk here. Okay. Like, I mean, this is, again, pretty standard, bog standard, like, far-right MAGA puppet account. Like, the only things that I can really consistently see from this account are the idea that folks should buy their 14 Psalm song album.
Our system. Every hardworking American should be furious at this utter disrespect. And that right there, I think, is why this video went so viral. Anyway, like I said, these clips have all been making the rounds on social media, especially over the last few months. And because of what Caleb is exposing time and time again, people online have turned up the heat and they're saying that because he's exposing this, he is now part of the alt-right pipeline.
His whole entire platform is based on finding people that are struggling financially and blaming them for their problems, which in individual cases seems harmless, but consistently showing stories of poor people that are struggling because they refuse to get out of bed does nothing but promote this fallacy that the reason there is poverty in America is because of individual choices.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just so funny to me when you're saying, he's yelling at poor people because they're not getting out of bed and working. All right. I just watched an episode of his where the family went into $70,000 worth of debt to travel and go to Disneyland. That is.
Yeah, but the issue is he's highlighting exceptions, right? Like, you can point out a bunch of individual cases where people made bad financial choices. Sure. The issue is that when we're talking about poverty is a sociological phenomena that affects many different people, not just one person, right? So you need to take into account how it actually operates at scale on a societal level within a large enough group for us to understand what actually foments poverty and like how we can actually fix that. And it's not difficult to really figure out that individual stories of like financial missteps might not in fact give you the full picture of a sociological or society-wide problem. Like, some people are poor not because they made poor financial decisions, but because sometimes life happens. Sometimes you get cancer unexpectedly and it drains your life savings. Sometimes, like, you lose your job and because of the financial market, you can't find another one. Like, sometimes it turns out no matter how much hustle culture you engage in, like, it's not going to be enough to get you out of the hole you're in. Like, rent keeps going up, wages stay stagnant, it gets harder and harder to make yourself like get through the day. You know? And so like this idea that, oh, well, no, you see, we can understand poor individual choices, but not society-wide problems. It's taking advantage of a very easy human the way a very easy way in which human minds work. Okay? Which is that it's easy for us to look at one example of a thing and to understand that example, but it's much harder to think in broader terms about a much larger problem. That's very difficult for us to do. She isn't propped up by billionaire money. No, but I would say that she's probably propped up by very sussy money, insofar as, I think she's followed by a lot of old conservatives. And I think you understand where I'm going with that. Big Bad Ardwolf, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub.
That is an individual choice. I'm sorry, that they deserved to be yelled at. He's not yelling at poor people who cannot get a job, who are severely...
Yeah, but he is making arguments that are antithetical to the well-being of other people in similar financial situations. And that might be in similar financial situations, not because of a ill-planned trip to Disney World, but rather because, I don't know, their mom got like cancer, or like their dad finally got asbestos
Some people get a
poisoning or
small
whatever.
loan of 200 million and still manage to run a casino into the ground and try to sell steaks at the Sharper Image, an electronics store.
It's true. It's true. Some people make it big the old-fashioned way. And I just have to say, like, if you're yelling about how it's so easy to get healthcare, you just go to healthcare.gov and they give it to you. And like, you're sending a message to your audience. And the people who are struggling with poverty in the audience, they know that it's not as easy as going to healthcare.gov and getting your free government insurance. That's not happening. They know that, in fact, well, actually, it's a lot harder and more expensive than that. And so, one of the things that I really struggle with here is, and I know that on her part it's deliberate, right? But there are a lot of conservatives who are, they don't really get what she's doing. And that is by trying to say, oh, well, these people made a bad individual decision and therefore all poverty is due to bad individual decision, rather than understanding that there are systemic issues at play. The way a system operates affects how individuals
I
make
pay
choices.
over $1,000 a month for my plan in NYC and it still took me about a week to get actual coverage.
It's insane, Sake Tanuki. Genuinely insane. And like, that's not even talking about like, some people pay astronomical amounts of in insurance to healthcare companies because they are trying to cover like several members of their family. Like it can get truly astronomical and unattainable for a lot of people.
disabled who have fallen on hard times. He is yelling at people, rightfully so. He is confronting them for making terrible choices time and time again. Like, I'm sorry, but when you say you can't work because you have to go to competitive adult cheerleading classes and that you deserve a Tacoma, I think that those are pretty clear individual choices that are being made. But you know what, dude on TikTok, whatever you're...
Yeah, but the issue is, okay, so either you have to go two ways with this content, right? Either there are basically two ways you can interpret this financial advice bros channel. Either you can say, oh, it's just making fun of people who do stupid financial decisions. There's no political messaging behind it. Haha. And it's all just mindless fun of watching a financial guy yell at people in bad financial straits. Or It is recognizing that there is a pattern to his criticism, a pattern to who is brought on his show, a pattern to the points he makes, and understanding that there is a general thrust to the politics of his program, and that in turn affects who is going to enjoy the show and what the content means to them.
In 2016, I moved from Boulder to Pitkin County, Colorado. My same silver plan went from $247 a month to $727 a month.
Oh my god.
5 providers to 1.
Oh my god. Sake Tanuki. That makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Like that's such a scary jump in healthcare per month costs. It makes my stomach turn into knots. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Like, make up your mind. Does the content mean nothing, or does it mean that conservatives are better at financial planning? You gotta pick a lane. It can't be both. At least in Brett Cooper's in Brett Cooper, what Brett Cooper is putting forward is that, oh no, it's just silly fun. Haha.
Name is, I'm going to take the bait. I guess you're right. I guess he is ignoring the systemic issues. He is ignoring the system that is enabled by our government that robs taxpayers to fund lifestyles just like these and allows people to get comfortable in—
Well, wait, it doesn't rob taxpayers. Taxpayers are to pay for the public good, and it is still the public good to have these people not dying on the street.
A current gold plan is around $1,000 a month there.
Jesus, Sake. Mine about to go from $75 to $800. Jesus. But like, genuinely, like it's just
in this site robs taxpayers to fund.
We're not robbing taxpayers. Like, you live in a country. You need to help pay for the collective expenses for like the amenities we are all able to enjoy here, like roads and fire departments. Let's not forget that one of the richest people to ever exist literally ran the Roman fire department as a private company.
Fund lifestyles just like these and allows people to get comfortable in this cycle of debt and poverty. It gives them no incentive to climb their way out or fight for a better life because they are being—
Wait a minute. What do you mean it gives them no incentive to climb their way out? They're literally going to a financial advice planner so that they can do that. Like, if someone's going to get a financial plan to get them out of debt, that's literally them doing the thing you're saying they're not doing. My head hurts so bad right now.
Funded on the backs of our hard work and the money that we—
Well, again, we fund these programs so that you don't have corpses lining the gutters, because that's what used to happen to the poor. We had to have communal corpse collectors patrolling the streets to grab any dead bodies that happened to be outside. Do you not want modern day corpse collectors? Then maybe you should support providing subsistence to your fellow countrymen. It's not complicated. Like, if you open up a history textbook, you'll see where we used to be when folks didn't have healthcare, and it wasn't pretty. That was a thing? Yes.
Bring in. And because Caleb in every single episode is encouraging personal responsibility and solutions and taking accountability, I guess he is a bigot. Thanks for educating me. Now, another person on X said, as somebody just posted in a Reddit review, Caleb Hammer is the
I have more respect for her and any of the other ghouls if they just said, why can't they just fight to the death in a coliseum for out amusement?
God. Like, genuinely, and I do mean this sincerely, the modern conservative media ecosystem is intensely Nazi filled or Nazi pilled, perhaps. Because, like, she's quoting people who are outright white supremacists and bigots publicly on the various platforms she's combing through here. And not only that, but genuinely, we're maybe like a couple months away from like the president going out and publicly endorsing bum fights as content. You know, like they're throwing a UFC cage match on the White House lawn, and like, you know, Sake Tanuki, you joke, but like I can see them all falling in line to advertise, essentially make the impoverished fist fight each other, you know, like some kind of elaborate Squid Game ass nonsense. Like this is like, it's disgusting the way they think about and treat the unhoused and the poor. Like it is like I have difficulty finding the words necessary to talk about them in a civil manner.
Phil of finance, all blustery right-wing sensationalism and disdain for his guests. Right-wing sensationalism. God, the comments under this one were amazing. This guy said, spend less than you make, just like Hitler would suggest. Another person said, telling people to pay off debt and spend within your means is right-wing sensationalism. Everything makes sense now. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is genuinely the world that we live in. This is how these people think. They want to blame the government for everything. They want to blame Trump for everything, and yet they live off the government. Anything that they do not like is right-wing sensationalism, is the right-wing pipeline, whatever you want to call it. That's just it. Now, while all of these clips are insane and they are funny, and Caleb does put on a good show, and I think that he encourages, you know, better spending, better lifestyles, financial literacy, I think that all of this is even more important to consider and think about during the current government shutdown that we're going through right now, because Democrats are freaking out that Republicans won't raise the debt ceiling even more. And I'm looking at this.
What? That's not what the Democrats aren't doing the government shutdown because Republicans might not raise the debt ceiling. Wait a minute.
Like, these are the types of people that our debt is helping fund, that our tax dollars are enabling. Like, I'm sorry, but we need to clear house on the entire system and just rebuild. And unfortunately, to be honest, like, the Republicans are often no better when it comes to subsidies and spending money, spending our money, the government's money. But at least these days, they have more common sense about how these programs actually work in reality and the behaviors that it enables. And this is what Caleb is teaching his audience. But hey, you know what? I guess that's just being an alt-right bigot.
There was a whole lot of stupid in there. What the hell alternate reality is she trying to sell here? Genuinely, it's all nonsense. Genuinely, like, she's trying to spin this so far away. Like, the government shutdown, for those of you who don't know, the government shutdown is right now over several things. Number one, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, as well as every single Republican in the House, want to cover up for Jeffrey Epstein and wealthy pedophiles, right? Number two, they want to steal your healthcare. They're cutting $1 trillion from our healthcare system, mostly from Medicaid, which goes towards the most impoverished people and most in need in the country. And also, they want to then, of course, eliminate your ability to feed your kids if you're poor. Like, they're cutting SNAP benefits in every single state. And some states are providing emergency funds, but right now the federal government has $8 billion ready and waiting to fully fund those SNAP programs. And they're not using it because they want to hurt the American public, to try and force Democrats to end the shutdown and allow them to just cut your health care. So they're trying to cut a number of different things right now, while also retaining funding for, say, you know, the masked army disappearing your neighbors and friends, and the ability for the U.S. military to continue bombing innocent civilians in the Caribbean. Like, what they are doing right now is monstrous. And she just lied about it. Because again, conservatives live in a completely different reality, where it's totally fine for an America First government to spend $40 billion propping up an insane libertarian in Argentina, but God forbid any money be spent to make sure kids aren't starving here in America. And instead of like actually understanding and talking about what is happening, Brett Cooper ran a segment about how everyone who is poor and on public assistance programs are in fact scamming the system. And she would say, of course, I'm not saying everyone does that, but the general thrust of this video is in fact that you believe most people do. It's why you opened up the video talking about how this exposes the rampant fraud and abuse of our, public assistance programs. And that's not what this showed. It showed examples of people who are not very grateful or who don't want to do certain things with their lives, trying to get financial advice to help themselves out of sticky financial situations. And you are taking that as indicative of wide-scale abuse and fraud when you haven't demonstrated that at all, actually. It's gross, and it's disgusting, and it does the work of this fascist administration. And when we talk about Brett Cooper, like, understand, like, the reason I make fun of her, the reason I think it's good to cover these videos and these ideas she puts out there is because she's one of the few growing conservatives right now out there. And she is finding a larger and larger audience as folks, leave traditional conservative propaganda networks. They're looking for a younger audience. And Brett Cooper is the one drawing that younger audience. Brett Cooper, in the span of 13 hours with this video, has accrued almost 250,000 views on it. And she has 1.6 million subscribers. Like, yeah, she is growing. Her growth, to be fair, has slowed of late. But weirdly, I don't think she gets enough criticism for being this alt-right figure. And I think that over time, she has aligned herself more and more with that segment of the population while not paying direct lip service to it. But you can tell from like the posts she put up on screen, outright being white supremacist accounts. Like, it's not difficult to figure out. So, all that being said, I think what we learned here is that conservatives don't really understand what it means to be financially literate or to be good at finances or anything of the sort. Like, this didn't demonstrate any of that. And so it is bizarre to say the least. And honestly, just very, very draining to engage with these ideas because it's just mostly bullshit lunacy. And with that, I think we're gonna move on. I've said my piece. There we go. How we doing, folks? We made it through. We've been going for 3.5 hours. If you've been getting anything out of the show, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click the goddamn button. Go. Click the button. Click the button. Great. Click the button. Resubbing. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Oh, disaster suplex, welfare clean energy like crazy. Click the button. Just they're making it the fuck up. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click button. Click button. Click button. Click button. Click button. yeah! There was the woman who said there should be a game show for citizenship. Yeah, I'm glad that she didn't get you aren't wrong. I forgot about that. Same people who think germ theory is fake, yeah. Irascended Kitten, thank you very much for the $5 dono. Let's go! Holy moly. Ford 8484, why are you trying to post links in my chat? A long list of scam coins? Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Ben and Brett in the same room, just saying. True! Oh boy. Ford, you alright? Like, the links don't actually get posted in Twitch. Like, all we see are the asterisks. Let's see. I learned that financial literacy to them is like working till you die and doing nothing enjoyable and being financially pure, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's right. They all fall hook, line, and sinker for like the idea that Elon Musk works like 20 hours a day and like works at his desk until he like passes out and is just working all the time. You know, they all fall for that shit constantly. Whew. Good night, Brutus Magnuson. Reminds me of a story of a white woman who fell for welfare queen lies and went to get a job at the welfare office to make sure. She was like, wait, I was lied to. These are just regular people. Yeah, I mean, like, most people don't bother to check, you know? God. Now you done did it. It's true. I hath returned but visibly queer. Soup. BTW. Clarabelle Moo, welcome with your soup and your queerness. Oh boy. All right, how we doing? How we doing on the likes? I haven't actually looked at the likes. Take a look here. Oof. All right, we are 3 likes shy of 250 likes. I believe in Riverboat Chat. I do. I do. I believe in you guys. And I might be a fool. That's all right. I'll take that risk. I'll be your fool. Whew. Click this shit. Hell yeah. All right. I am really tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And Patrick Lucas, thank you for the gifted membership. Very much appreciated. You guys are inching closer to Rudyard content, I see. Logan or login. Welcome, the members crew. Have a good one. Good night, Distron. Let's see here.
Damn, I finally get here and now you're going to go away for the day. But, okay.
Late bloomer. Mad Grandma, thank you for subscribing at the tier 1. I appreciate it. It is late. But you know what, folks? I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to declare tomorrow. I think I'm going to declare tomorrow the horror movie night. And by horror movie night, I mean I'm gonna dress up a little bit, just a little bit spooky for Halloween. And I'm gonna be doing like some horror games.
I wanted to inch us closer to Rudyard content. But every time I had a witty joke, YouTube thought it was too crass, so I'll just do this.
Oh, Quigley, I'm sorry. But also, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Vox Populi Press. I have a bunch of horror games that I really want to tackle. House of Necrosis, Scarlet Hollow, The Plague Doctor of Whipra, Interference, Dead Air, Still Wakes the Deep, Who's Lila? I think I might go with Who's Lila tomorrow as kind of like our indie pick before going with a spooky game. Did you get my Brain Rot game? I did get your Brain Rot game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited. Still Wakes the Deep mentioned. Don't know nothing about it. Some of the other games I'm looking at, possibly tackling Wizardry, Urban Myth Dissolution Center, Slay the Princess. Slay the Princess I might do tomorrow as well. We'll see. Also, I'm so fucking excited for the Outer Worlds 2. God. Can you please tell us what D&D class you'd be? Ooh! That's difficult. Like, what class would I be is the hard question. Like... I mean, maybe a bard? But here's the thing, right? Like, I've always really liked a fighter. Like, I like the idea of being a fighter, I think, is a really fucking cool one in D&D. Like... Fighters are just cool. Like, the idea that you would want to go out into a world of magic where, like, a being can look at you and, like, turn you to stone or just outright disintegrate you with the twitch of a finger, and, like, you have the fucking audacity to go out there with a piece of metal and decide you're gonna beat things to death with it. That's fucking crazy. That's nuts. The idea that one would go out and do that, I find that, like, admirably stupid. Maybe like a battle bard. Did I ever finish Dragon's Dogma? I never did, Rhombus. Yeah, I'd probably be like some flavor of bard, I guess. Maybe a paladin. I feel like I have a moral code that is comparable to that of a paladin. But probably not a barbarian. Probably not a sorcerer or a wizard. Like, druids are pretty cool. but I think my personality lends me more towards like a bard or a fighter or some kind of hybrid of both. Like, I don't think I'd be a cleric. I don't know. I could be a cleric, I guess. Not my most favorite thing, but maybe I'm a begrudging cleric. I don't think I'm a monk. Could a fighter write B-movie fanfic? No, only a bard could do such things. Look, I don't think you need to go to bard school in order to write an AO3 fanfic. Patrick Lucas, thank you for saying I would make a beautiful yet dangerous shield maiden. I aspire to that. Thank you. Jack does have those Viking genes. That is true. I do have those. Shield maiden like Lord of the Rings? Maybe a little bit. Also... God. You know what? Look at this real time investment required. I think I might be too tired to do this extra thing that I wanted to do for fun. We'll kick that to tomorrow. Disaster Suplex, you are awaited in Valhalla. Okay. I was going back and forth on whether or not we would start Gloaming County or the Gloaming County, but I think I'm too sleepy to do it justice, and I don't want to start a new video game at this particular moment because again, I'm very tired. I've had a day. Let me just check here. It's EP girl hours. It really is. I don't want it to be. I want to be awake and I want to be doing things. But I've had a very emotionally draining day. Those two videos took a lot too. I mean, they really did. You know, I'm only a mortal lady. One more seg. I'm looking at the segments I have prepared, and none of them are going to take less than an hour to do. And I don't want to spend an hour doing a segment. The brain rot game requires bugger all engagement, but you need something running in the background. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off tonight, folks. I'm gonna go get some rest and rest my brain. I've had a fucking day. And see you all tomorrow. We'll do some Halloween adventuring together. We'll see how spooky and scary those skeletons might actually be. And I'll see you all on the other side. Good night, folks. Get good sleep. Bye.
Well, I'm
These are Woody Guthrie's words. He wrote this song in around 1950. Fred Trump was Woody's landlord, and U.S. Elevator put some music to it. It's called Old Man Trump.
I suppose old man Trump knows just how much racial hate he's stirred in the blood pot of all those human hearts when he drawed that color line down here at his Beach Haven family project. Beach Haven ain't my home, I just can't pay this rent. My money's down the drain and my soul is badly bent. Beach Haven is Trump Tower, where no black folk to go. I said no, no, man Trump, Beach Haven ain't my home. I'm yelling out a welcome to you and your man both, welcoming you to live here at Beach Haven, to love it any way you please, and have some kind of decent place to raise your kids up in. Beach Haven ain't my home, I just can't pay this rent. My money's down the drain and my soul is badly bent. Beach Haven ain't my home, I just can't pay this rent. My money's down the drain and my soul is badly bent. Beach Haven is Trump Tower, where no black folk could go. I said no, no, man Trump, Beach Haven ain't my home. Oh no, no, man Trump, Beach Haven ain't my home. Take it away, Brian. I suppose old man Trump knows just how much racial hate he stirred in the blood pot of all those human hearts when he drawed that color line down here at his Beach Haven family project. Beach Haven ain't my home, I just can't